Hey, it's freaking Fab. Huh? It's freaking Fab. What? It's freaking Fab. It's freaking Fab, breaking balls, takes me up the walls, talking all that shit that make you wanna get involved. Ain't no ball. Rick and Fab, no ball. Look, when you wanna talk ball, tell me who you call. I know it's Rick and Fab, got it all, ain't no ball. Look, Rick and Fab, no ball. Yeah.
All right, folks, welcome back. We're here. It's episode 8. It's Rick and Fab, no ball. We're in the stew. Excited to get after it. I'm coming at you live from my mom's basement. Just got back from a relaxing week of vacation. If you didn't notice the tan.
Yeah, you got some color there.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Haters will say that it's impossible for me to tan. Haters will say I put the white in White Boy Rick, but hey, we're here. We're burnt.
I was expecting a burn, like a real good burn out of you, but I'm really not seeing it.
So here's how it usually goes with me. I get like super burnt. Like there's just no tan for me. I just get super burnt. I get like a day or two where it evens out into a nice tan, and then it just peels off like a snake. So yeah, in my mom's basement back home in the Chicago burbs. How you doing tonight, Fab?
Yeah, similar to you. I'm in the upstairs of my mom's house, actually, not the basement, but close. I'm doing well. Had myself a weekend, went golfing a couple times. So I wore a visor, which I've never done before while I golfed, and I got the craziest sunburn on the top of my head. Like I can't even touch it.
Oh,
it hurts like a motherfucker.
Well, what's the point of those luscious locks if they're not protecting you from the sun?
Well, that's the thing is when I wear the visor, it like pulled all my hair down, so it exposed like crazy the top of my head. So I will not be wearing a visor ever again.
Yeah, the visor's trend I think had its day in like 2016, 2017. I'm out on visors right now.
Yeah, I played like shit too, so like no more visor.
I also love the aesthetic behind me. I got this bookshelf behind me looking like I'm a well-educated man. For those who are listening on Spotify, we got a bookshelf. We got a nice childhood picture of me right here. Oh, there's a shooter. There's a shooter behind the picture. I must have stashed that. I must have stashed that for myself at some point. That's what I love about coming home to my mom's house. Like I'll just open a drawer and like just find a cart left over, like just find alcohol hidden for myself. Should we rip it right now? I think we're gonna rip it.
I think we should. What is it? Is that Smirnoff?
It is raspberry Smirnoff.
Ooh. All right.
Vodka infused with natural flavoring. This is live, folks.
Yeah, if you're not watching the YouTube, you're missing out on an absolute treat right now.
Oh, got to chase. Chasing Smirnoff with Gatorade. Feeling like I'm in high school again. But all right, we're here. Let's get into some ball talk. Fab,
let's go.
You still feel confident, in ball over there?
Oh yeah, not a doubt.
Okay, yeah, absolutely.
More than ever.
So coming up first, I think we got Kyrie. I think we're gonna talk a little bit about, can never get enough Kyrie Irving news. Fab, I know you're the biggest Kyrie fan in the world, so I know you're excited to talk about it.
Oh, I love me some Uncle Drew. And I love talking about him more than anything. So
producer Mir is slacking on the banner right now. We got MereKat in the studio as well. He'll be joining us a little bit later. But yeah, what were you saying about Kyrie?
No, I had a question for you because I know you're a Kyrie guy. What would you give up for Kyrie if you would you want him on the Bulls, and if so,
yeah, that's the thing. Like I wouldn't even consider myself a Kyrie guy. I think like. For me, I'm just a contrarian. I'm a hater. When the pendulum shifts one way, I just like to argue and be the other way. But for me, like the hate has just gotten like so out of control, and like a lot of it is warranted. But this is also like one of the best scorers we're ever going to see. This is also a guy who's won a championship, gotten it done in the finals. So for me, it's just that the slander has gotten a little too much for me. I wouldn't consider myself a Kyrie guy, and honestly, wouldn't want him on the Bulls right now. Would not.
Okay.
Bulls got a nice young core to build around. We got a nice veteran. We got, the win and develop type model where we got DeMar, we got Levine, but we also got these young guys that I'm pretty excited about. We'll talk a little bit about my boy Dalen Terry when we touch on Summer League. But yeah, wouldn't touch him with a 6-foot pole on the Bulls.
So very, very similar to the Celtics situation, I'd say. It just wouldn't make any sense for either team to bring.
The Celtics aren't going after Kyrie. I'm shocked to hear that. They have such a great history of working together.
That would, I mean, obviously I'm a Celtics fan, but that would by far be the funniest possible outcome of the Kyrie sweepstakes if he came to Boston.
He just gets bought out and goes to the Celtics on like a veteran minimum. Just
yeah,
to, like this guy is so insane. He would like that's not out of the realm of possibility. He would absolutely go to the Celtics on a vet minimum just to like say fuck you to Boston. I'll win you a championship out of spite.
Exactly. Yeah. No, 100%.
Yeah, all-time weirdo, this Kyrie. But it's looking like this Kyrie to the Lakers is shifting more from, talks to more of an inevitability. Shout out Windy, had it from the jump. There's been some news. It's looking like the Spurs are trying to step up to be kind of the third-team facilitator and eat Westbrook's contract, which obviously you got to get Russ out of there if you want to make this happen. And I love that for the Spurs. They're very clearly going all in on the Wembanyama. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right. I've never actually heard his name. But Wembanyama. Yeah, Victor. Pop saw those highlights and said, "Sell the farm. We're going all in." I love Westbrook as a tank commander for them. I love if they can, get some picks out of that. That's a great move for the Spurs as they, tear shit down. And it's looking like Kyrie to the Lakers is going to happen. So I was looking at Vegas odds, and the Lakers are minus 200, and the Nets are plus 180 at this point. So it's exciting stuff.
It seems like it's not if it's going to happen. It's just when it's going to happen. Weirdly enough, it seems like what's holding it up is the Lakers don't want to take on Joe Harris's contract, and the Nets want to dump Joe Harris.
Yeah. That's something the Lakers don't need more of is shooting. That's their number one weakness last year was perimeter shooting and spacing. Why would you not want Joe Harris?
I think they want Steph Curry, I'm pretty sure, is what it looks like, which makes sense. But I mean, if I just don't understand not wanting a guy like Joe Harris. I understand the contract.
It sounds like there's been obviously there's been no bidding war whatsoever for Kyrie or even KD. This is really drawn the offseason kind of to a standstill as, we await this Mexican standoff.
Yeah.
Everyone's just waiting for that first pin to drop, whether it's Kyrie, whether it's KD. But, it's holding up Ayton. It's holding up everything. So, let's see this get done.
Yeah, I'm every single I have Shams and Woj tweet notifications, and it's crazy how it went from every single tweet was something crazy, and then all of a sudden it just stops. And I'm just every tweet that comes out, I'm just waiting for that Kyrie or KD trade. And I think last episode I said something along the lines of they were going to try to move Kyrie first, but it seems like the Nets want to figure out KD situation before they figure out Kyrie. KD is the priority. So I don't know. I have no idea what's going to happen.
Yeah, I think you want to see what haul you can get for him before you decide, hey, do we need to tear everything down and rebuild? Do we need to retool and maybe stay competitive? Yeah, it's a tough situation. But I was seeing a report. I wasn't watching the game, but I was seeing a report from the Summer League that Westbrook and LeBron were both at the Lakers Summer League game. LeBron loves pulling up to Vegas and making an appearance there.
Yep.
Guy hates attention. LeBron notably hates being the center of attention. But apparently there was very noticeably no interaction between Westbrook and LeBron. And for that matter, I got the Athletic article pulled up here. The group that made its way over to James included several current teammates: Wenyen Gabriel, Thomas Bryant, Juan Toscano Alexander, and Talen Horton-Tucker, which shout out to those guys. They're all either new additions to the team or Talen Horton-Tucker. He's just trying to, hang on to the team. So they know which boss's ass to kiss there.
Yeah.
The organization's brass also stopped by. James Spotts, senior basketball advisor Kurt Rambis, head coach Darvin Ham, and Rob Pelinka, the GM. But Westbrook, he stayed by the Lakers bench the whole game, even tried to step in and kind of coach up the young guys a little bit. And the two never acknowledged each other, which, he's out of there. He if the whole Lakers organization is stopping by and it's LeBron fucking James and you don't even stop by to say hello, it sounds like he kind of knows that he's on his way out.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. The craziest part to me is that, obviously Russell Westbrook is aware of what's happening, and the fact that he's on the bench, trying to coach up. I mean, I guess it says a lot about him as a guy. Obviously he cares, but it's just kind of crazy that he's I feel like if I was in that position, I wouldn't show my face. I wouldn't give I know I'm out of town. So I mean, I guess respect to Russ for pulling up and showing some support for his teammates.
Honestly,
but that's messy.
I've been a Westbrook hater in the past. He is kind of a stat patter, and I will always die on the hill that Harden should have won the MVP over him in 2016. I argued it at the time, and I've argued it since. But I'm buying Westbrook stock early and often this offseason. I think the Lakers and their spacing and their whole situation was just a horrid situation for Westbrook. But he still averaged like 18, 7, and 7, something around that. Like,
yeah,
this is still Russell fucking Westbrook. This is a guy who's won an MVP. Like,
I agree.
I think if he ends up on the Spurs, he's going to end up dragging them kicking and screaming to more wins than we expect. Like, I do think in the right situation, he is still a very valuable asset.
I completely agree. The Russell Westbrook slander has become just so off the rails. Like, it's just like the cool thing to do is just to like make fun of Russell Westbrook. Like I saw multiple tweets of the picture of Russ like coaching up teammates on the bench, and like Lakers are 0-2 since this happened. It's like he's not like, obviously he's not a fit, but it's not like he's fucking Kwame Brown out there. Like it's still it's the hate has kind of gone too far. I mean, it was funny during the season, but I'm still seeing compilation, like people throwing together compilations of Russell Westbrook throwing up flicks. It's like, dude,
you can make MereKat just threw up a nice graphic for us there, but like you could throw together a compilation of like anybody and make them look like the worst player alive. Like the volume stats are still there. The efficiency obviously dipped a little bit, but like this is Russell Westbrook. He didn't forget how to play basketball last season.
Yeah.
God, that graphic from MereKat just completely threw me off. I've completely lost my train of thought.
I guess the slander is it's mostly, it has to be coming from, it's all Laker Nation. They obviously Lakers want him out of there yesterday. So I mean, I guess it makes sense if you're a Laker fan to have this slander still going. But to me, it's just kind of like, I don't know. I mean, it's not. Russell Westbrook's not gonna like join a team and carry him to the fucking championship by any means, but like he's still
Russell Westbrook.
He's a great basketball player. Like he can do so much. It's just you can't have him be your guy.
All right, yeah. So we're buying Rick and Fab no ball. Let it be known we're investing in Westbrook stock.
Yeah, buy right now.
All right. What do we got next? DeAndre and Dame. So DeAndre Ayton looking like he's going to my state, Indiana, looking like the Pacers are working out a deal for him. This is kind of just a random move to me. I don't really like, if the Pacers like believe in him and want to build around him, cool. But like, it seems like they're tearing it down, and this is like not the kind of asset that they should be going for that fits in their timeline. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, he must be like their guy. Cause I mean, Miles Turner has to be out if he's in, right?
Right.
He has to be, like, finally. Right. They've been trying to trade him for what, 3 years now? I mean, how much? I mean, Ayton's better, I think, than Miles Turner, but how much of an upgrade is that really at the end of the day?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna bring up as well. Like, I am big on Ayton. I would love if the Bulls could somehow find a way to snag him. Like, but at the end of the day, like paying a center a max contract and like building around him, unless their name is Joel Embiid or Nikola Jokic, like that's not really a viable option, especially for a small market team like Indiana. Like, I don't know, just everything across the board doesn't make sense to me with the Pacers. We got a tweet pulled up from MereKat. Shout out Summer Windy via Windhorse at ESPN. The Indiana Pacers have met with DeAndre Ayton and had discussions about sending an offer sheet to him, which sounds like kind of a big nothing burger, but whatever. I'm all in. If Ayton comes to the Pacers, that's my state. They're not my team, but I still do residually support Indiana basketball. So
I mean,
it works out.
I got the depth. I mean, Tyrese Halliburton, that's their guy. I mean, they got Buddy Hield, obviously. He's like a solid option. You take out Miles Turner. That's just the thing, is like, obviously Miles Turner is older and Ayton has more upside, but it's like it just doesn't feel like it's really moving the needle that much when you're replacing Miles Turner with DeAndre Ayton. I don't know.
I agree, especially for the price tag. And then we got first team, all bag chaser, first team, not running from the grind. Keep in mind he did not run from the grind, and the grind is going to pay him $60 million a year for that. Damian Lillard signed an extension with the Portland Trailblazers. Respect the loyalty, but I mean, the guy clearly, I guess, just doesn't want to win. So it's a 2-year, $121 million extension that's going to kick in at 2025 when he is 35 years old. This season, he's going to make $42 million. Next year, $45 million. 2024, $48 million. 2025, $58 million. 2026, at the age of 36, Damian Lillard is going to make $63 million to play basketball.
The thing that I like Dame Lillard a lot.
Oh, but,
yeah. It's kind of it's very annoying, not kind of annoying, just how much like he'll come out and say very often like how loyal he is and like calling out
very in your face about it. Like,
correct me if I'm wrong.
We respected the loyalty in 2017, but at a certain point, it's like shut the fuck up about it, man.
Right, and it's not like he's the only one. Like Bradley Beal's been with the Wizards his whole like Steph Curry, like, and then but he's the way that he's like he came out with a statement. I don't know what he said, but he pretty much calling out guys for changing teams. Was he not just? Did he not post a picture of Kevin Durant edited into a Blazers jersey? And then he's calling out guys like Kevin Durant, who obviously aren't loyal to a city. So like, it's just kind of backwards to me how he's like, fuck you guys. Like, I'm going to stay here in Portland and fucking, I'll be in the play-in tournament every year. Like, I don't know. Like, I like Dame, but it's just kind of annoying how like, he's telling us that he's loyal. It's like, dude, we know. Like, we get it.
How do you know Dame doesn't run from the grind? Just wait 5 minutes and he'll tell you all about it.
Yeah, he'll write a song about it, loyal to the soil.
Yeah, and you mentioned like the loyal guys, Beal, Curry, Lillard. Correlation there, all of them have been paid exorbitant amounts of money to be loyal. So I'm sure there's, no correlation there between, the enormous paychecks they're getting to stay loyal, but
yeah, and I guess you could not count Curry because obviously he's been winning championships, so it's like he's not going anywhere.
That was a bad one to throw in for sure, but he is also getting a max deal. So
get that bag, I guess.
I'm 100% a supporter of any bag chasing. Like if you are very clearly just like, I don't care about winning, I just want to make as much money as possible to play basketball. There's nothing I respect more.
Yeah, no, 100%.
So we'll kick into our summer league roundtable. We touched briefly on, the Westbrook LeBron drama that happened out there. Fab, I got a few notes written here. Is there anyone that stood out to you or anybody you want to talk about specifically? You've been watching summer league at all?
Yeah, I have. I've caught a few games. I've mostly I go and look at all the box scores. I don't know if we talked about Keegan Murray at all, but he's been really good. We
did not. I got a note about him as well. This Kings team is sneaky going to be like, I've always kind of been a low-key Kings fan just because I love playing with De'Aaron Fox and 2K. That's literally the only reason. But like, I've watched a really unusual amount of Kings games over the past couple of years. They've always never been good, but always been a fun watch. They're going 100%. To be very fun to watch this year.
Yep.
Murray's a bucket. De'Aaron Fox is, hopefully he takes a leap, but he plays so fast. He's always downhill. Keegan Murray is going to go along perfectly with him on the perimeter. I'm excited for this duo. And yeah, he's been looking like a bucket.
Yeah, the De'Aaron Fox and Malik Monk obviously played together on one of my favorite Kentucky teams ever. So I'm thrilled that they're teamed up. I'm all in on the Kings this year. I think they're gonna. I don't think they're gonna make any noise in the playoffs, but I think they're gonna hit whatever their win total is over by plenty of games.
If you're the Kings and like, yeah, you said they're not going to make noise in the playoffs, but like if you're relevant when March and April rolls around, that's a huge win for the Kings.
Oh yeah. I mean, like they got Sabonis, like they got pieces. Harrison Barnes, like you know what you're going to get with a guy like Harrison Barnes. Davion Mitchell, like young guys like that. Trey Lyles, another Kentucky guy. Like they got, and then I forgot they had Kevin Huerter too.
Yep, traded for him. Yeah, Mere's got the clip pulled up of his buzzer beater. This Magic Kings game was by far the best summer league game I had ever watched.
Electric.
We had Paolo getting buckets. You had Keegan Murray just automatic, back and forth, great action. Really just like everything that makes summer league great. The crowd was into it. It was a late night tip off. Like just a great game of hoops.
Yeah, that was an unbelievable game. And yeah, like you said, Paulo's I think I just got a notification they're shutting him down for the rest of Summer League because I mean they saw what he's going to give him. Obviously, Paulo is a fucking stud.
The number 2. Wait, was he 3?
One.
No, he was 1. He was
1.
He
was 1.
I was that Jabari and Paulo draft day nonsense mixed up there. But yeah, I don't think the number 1 overall pick has to grind in the Summer League to make the roster. I think he'll be good.
Yeah, he'll be fine. Paulo will be good.
A Bulls note I had real quick. So I finally got to sit down. Like I said, I was on vacation, so I haven't gotten to watch the Bulls Summer League roster yet. Our boy Marcus Semjonovic has been doing well apparently, but I sat down yesterday. I flipped it on. We were down 29-11 in the first quarter. Didn't get any better from there. There was a 16-2 run to close out the half from the Knicks. Knicks looking like just a Summer League machine right now. They'll probably win the whole thing, but not going to translate. But what I love to see, and some people were like hating on this, they're like, it's just a Summer League, but like, I love to see this competitiveness from a rookie.
Mm-hmm.
We were on the wrong end of the 16-2 run to close out the half. We were down 35 going into the half. And Dalen Terry, our first round pick this year, was in guys' faces on the bench, like just straight yelling at dudes, like telling them this wasn't going to cut it. Like visibly and noticeably pissed off that we were down, losing a Summer League game by that much, which like, I love to see that. And then immediately after that little episode on the bench, he went out and like committed a flagrant 1 on somebody. They had like an open fast break layup, and he kind of just like, not a great foul. He was just like, I don't want to give up the layup, but
it's a rookie foul. Yeah, but it's about at that stage, obviously it was super early. It's all about the intensity, which is obviously there, which you just love to see.
Yeah,
because obviously that'll get cleaned up.
Yeah, so I just had to throw in as a Bulls homer. Love to see the competitive fire from the kid. The Golden State Warriors are going to be good for the rest of our lives, probably for the foreseeable future. If you're annoyed about this Warriors buzzsaw, I don't know. Stop watching basketball because
not going anywhere.
These young dudes are hooping. Moses Moody's had a good couple of games. Kuminga. I'm terrible with pronunciation, so I could be mispronouncing that. But the Kumbucket, Kuminga.
The Kumbucket,
he had a 28 piece, looked great. Wiseman's got a couple minutes
back
out there, but he hasn't really like been putting up great numbers. But like just seeing, the 7-footer that can handle, has nice shooting touch. Like I'm still pretty much high on James Wiseman. I think he's going to be a great piece of the Warriors.
I'm high on Wiseman as well, unfortunately.
So those three been looking great in the Summer League. And if you're tired of the Warriors, buckle the fuck up because they are not slowing down anytime soon by the look of it.
Nope, not at all. Sadly to say.
And just another interesting side note there. I saw a report that Curry was like broached about a potential Kevin Durant trade. Like obviously it's a long ways away and probably wouldn't happen, but Curry did not shut it down. So if you got your face of the franchise MVP, Finals MVP behind the move, maybe you start going a little more all in there, and maybe we see a reunion brewing in the future. Obviously,
I just don't know what they would send.
Yeah, I was gonna say they'd have to give up a lot of these young pieces that we just hyped up. Like they kind of got a win now while also developing model that like self-sustaining. But I don't know if you got the chance to go. That would just be an all-time move. That would give up the farm for KD.
Yeah, like Kyrie coming to Boston would be funny. Like KD going back to Golden State would be very, very funny. Yeah. But I mean, I don't know what they would what package they would throw together. I mean, I imagine it would involve Wiseman and some of the young guys.
At this point, like anyone who like KD gets traded to, like wouldn't surprise me. Like I think all 29 other teams like are in the running at this point.
100%.
And apparently there hasn't been like a bidding war for him. Like it's kind of been everyone called, made their offer. The Nets GM is like, you got to send twice as much as they sent for Gobert, and everyone's like, no, probably not going to do that.
Yeah, fuck no. Yeah.
We'll see if the price goes down or someone gives up the farm for him.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be interesting.
We talked a little bit about it last episode, but Chet looked great, still looking great. This guy's going to be a problem.
He's got that attitude too, bro. Like when they told him he had the record, he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna fucking break it again tomorrow." Like he's that. I never really thought, because I guess I never really like saw his interviews, or I don't know if he carried himself differently at Gonzaga, but just like he's very he's just like got that confidence, which I like to see. It's gonna make him hateable for a lot of guys, but
anyone who calls like a pro athlete cocky, like ever, like how do you think they became a professional athlete if they weren't insanely cocky and insanely confident in themselves? Like that's what you need to do to make it to the highest level. And like Chet does get rep for being like cocky or like outspoken, and you know, rightfully so. But to me, like the guy committed to Gonzaga knowing he wouldn't be like the clear-cut first option, knowing he wouldn't get like the full number one prospect, you know, type of parade, whatever. Like at times he was relegated to like the third or fourth offensive option on Gonzaga. He like wasn't the centerpiece there at all. He wanted to go somewhere where he could win, where he could compete, and where he could develop. Like that move said a lot to me. And I do think, despite his outspokenness, he is a very like got his head on his shoulders, head in the right place, and like willing to put in the work and wants to win.
Yeah, I love Chet. I mean, I've been high on Chet, and everything I've seen has confirmed everything that I thought about him.
Right. I agree.
And it's very, very funny. All the people, this is very similar. So the same people that are still like putting the compilations of Russell Westbrook misses compilations. Those are the same people that are posting like the videos of like the video of the car hitting the moose and the moose goes flying. This is like Chet Holmgren stepping in to take a charge on Joel Embiid.
I did see that.
It's like Chet Holmgren when someone breathes on him in the NBA, he goes flying. It's like these are the same Twitter accounts, and it's
they posted two clips from that game of him getting like kind of bullied in the post, but like that was the game he had literally 6 blocks in and broke the record. So like you could take any clips out of context and make somebody look bad.
And the most thing I'm seeing, I love Joel Embiid, but I think Joel Embiid fans are very sensitive. I'm seeing a lot of wait till Joel Embiid goes up against Chet. I'm like, well, I mean, Joel Embiid is an MVP candidate, one of the best players in the league. I would hope that he can handle like a rookie.
He would do that. He does that to everybody. Like
I would hope.
He's going to do that to Chet, just like he does it to fucking Ayton, just like he does it to Vucevic, just like he does it to any center who guards him. It's Joel fucking Embiid.
Right. It's like the expectations that people like put on rookies. Like it's like, dude, he's so young. Like he has so much room to grow. It's like I would hope that Joel Embiid is capable of like taking him to the rack and scoring like whenever he wants. Like no shit, it's Joel Embiid.
Exactly. Yeah. two brains. We're firing on all cylinders right now. Rick and Fab. We know ball confirmed.
That was just a little rant I had to go on.
I don't think any of those takes are going to be proven inaccurate. I love the pouring the Miller Lite into a mason jar setup you got going right now.
It's classy, isn't it?
Yeah, very great way to class up a great tasting Let's Go Miller Lite. Miller Lite, if you're listening, sponsor the podcast. I got mine on ice right now. We love you. Look at that condensation. That's kind of just water dripping all over me, but condensation.
That's got to be the what's the name of it? Like the white bear or something? What is it? Like something you really want to attain?
White whale.
The white whale, yeah, not white bear.
White bear.
Miller Lite is our
Miller
white
Lite's
whale.
A polar bear, bro.
The white whale sponsorship, Miller Lite.
Last note I had on Summer League, which is also going to transition very well into our next segment. The Pistons' young core looks amazing.
Oh yeah.
Jaden Ivey,
love him.
Just only plays in one gear and it's fast. The guy's like a fucking Lamborghini on the floor. His first game he was a little out of control. He had 5 turnovers, but just one speed go. He dropped 20 that game. He had 5 points in like the first 4 minutes until he rolled his ankle and went out in the next game. Nothing serious, thank God, because this guy's a young talent that we're going to be watching a lot of this year. This guy, he's a bucket, and I'm excited for his future. He's looked incredible in the Summer League. Duran, the guy they got from that trade with the Knicks, he was 13th overall.
Mm-hmm.
That guy can jump out of the gym. It's actually insane. He's on a minutes restriction for the Summer League. Got some like lingering injury, but there was one play he caught a lob from Jaden Ivey where like he literally grabbed it from the rafters and threw it down. If I'm a Pistons fan, I'm ready to watch that duo for the next 15 years.
Durant is an absolute specimen. Like the size of that guy, his body fat has to be like 1%, and he is just so like wide, but it's just none of it's fat. Like his arms are huge. Like he is just a specimen of a human who is just so raw, and there's just so much potential there. I'm also the Pistons are going to be a fun team as well, just like the Kings.
I'm glad you agree. I didn't know because I just spent the whole week up in Michigan. Obviously, my whole family's from up there, so they're mostly Pistons fans. I didn't know if I was listening to too much of them this week, but this core is exciting. Another guy, Isaiah Stewart, he's continuing to develop. He's
beef stew.
Yeah, he's getting his 3-point shot. He's starting to find that. He's really turning into a 3-level scorer.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing, like this regime is drafting very well. These are guys they're finding in like the teens. I think Stewart was like the 20th overall pick a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Things are going good up in Detroit for once. I'm excited to see the Pistons become relevant again.
Which it's so good for basketball too. Like the Pistons, I can't even remember the last time they've been relevant. I feel like the Pistons being good is just good for the
Bulls Pistons rivalry, like both teams being good again, and then you throw in the Bucks, who are obviously amazing. That would just be great for basketball to have those
100%
firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, get those rivalries going in the East.
Yeah. So then transitioning now, do you have anyone else you want to talk about Summer League?
JD Davison made his debut with the Celtics. He looked pretty good.
Any Celtics Summer League note you want to throw in?
I mean they looked okay. I watched what I could when I was at my fantasy draft on Saturday. They're playing the Bucks right now. I don't know what the score is, but I mean I don't have like high hopes for JD Davison.
You're drafting fantasy football already?
Yeah, it's in a dynasty league, so it's like it's only rookies and free agents that we draft. Okay. So it's like it's not that crazy. But
I'm a big like you wait until like preseason week 4 to do a fantasy draft. I hate when a guy blows out his knee in training camp and I just get boned.
I'm the same exact way. But my dynasty league, these guys are fucking. They're like they love to draft like super early. They're all super like hardos about it. No, but JD Davison, yeah, like I said, I loved him at Alabama. I'm happy we have him. I don't have crazy I wouldn't be shocked if he never sees the floor for the Celtics. He'll probably be in Maine for a while. But he looked good. There's some, a couple guys. I think Sam Hauser is going to help us next year. Other than that, it's kind of.
Was Davison your first round pick this year?
We only had a second round pick. We got him end of the second round.
Okay, yeah. If an end of the second round pick even like gets NBA minutes, that's a win.
Yeah. And then one more thing I just wanted to say about Summer League is there's so many like overreactions I feel like, but also do you remember at Trae Young Summer League, he was shooting, I think he shot 13% or something from 3. Right. Yeah. So it's like I feel like it's easy to overreact about guys, and then like but guys that are underperforming in Summer League, I feel like it's not like, oh my God, this guy's a bust like right away. Like it's some of these guys take time to
yeah, but that's also like that's one of the great things about not only the Summer League but sports in general, just overreacting to shit and getting your take up with no evidence whatsoever to support it. That's what I love about the Summer League. Like I'm a huge Summer League guy. The whole atmosphere, it being in Vegas, the whole like AAU tournament vibes, getting to see
the rings. They got rings now, which is sick.
Yeah, watch out, Chris Paul might fucking sign a two-way deal with the Suns Summer League roster.
Yeah,
but I stole that joke from Twitter. I'm not going to lie to y'all.
That's a good one, though. It rings true.
Yeah, I love Summer League, especially in this, like, the dog days of summer, giving us some ball to talk.
Yeah.
Love it. But transitioning now, we were just talking about that Pistons young core. I got the That Dawg In Em award to give out today. And
I'm excited.
Is MereKat going to hop in for this, or?
Yeah, let's get him in here.
I was waiting for an introduction. I didn't want to just barge in. Okay. Yeah.
Well, before the episode, I said, Mir, do you want an intro? And you very quickly left the room. So I thought you had your big boy pants on. I thought producer Mir could hop in on his own accord, but I got to do everything for this.
Producer Mir's been slamming beers behind the scenes, just waiting in the wings, doing his job.
Lil Bat Blue, if you want to sponsor us, I'll stop drinking Miller Lite tomorrow, pal. Heard nothing from good things from the president of Labatt Blue, MereKat. So,
agreed.
Yeah.
God's nectar.
MereKat, how you doing tonight?
We're doing fantastic, gentlemen. I'm not going to lie, though, listening to the Summer League talk, it was all fantastic. You guys provided a lot of great info for the people out there, but you didn't bring up one man who deserves the spotlight, and you brought up the man he shut down in Chet Holmgren, Kenneth Lofton Jr.
Oh,
he
yeah.
deserves a round of applause out there for what he's been doing in the Summer League.
Right, yeah. Where'd you guys pick him again?
He's at the Grizzlies. I don't know if they drafted him.
I'm so dumb.
I think he was like a second round pick. But he's been balling. That second game against Chet Holmgren. Did really well against him. Gave him trouble. He's got a couple player of the games. Shout out, our dude. We want to see him make the league there.
That's another one of my favorite aspects of Summer League, when you get like a late second round pick and it's like maybe like a guy with a year or two under his belt, like a guy who's gotten some NBA minutes, and they just go out and dominate, and you're like, wait, we might have something here.
Yeah.
He's we talking about overreactions. I'll give you an overreaction. Kenneth, I think they got the next Zach Randolph there in Kenneth Lofton. Just there's something about just like a guy with that kind of size, like a fat guy. Obviously we're not going to fat shame here. It's just like so electric. Like the way he moves, like he's so smooth and he's just so big that it's like it's kind of funny to watch him, but it's also he's just so smooth. Like I'm
his body wants to play basketball regardless of its size.
Yeah. I wish we had a picture of there's some really good pictures of him in college, like in his uniform, and he is just such a unit. But how smooth he moves and like the quickness, like the fat guy quickness, there's really nothing like it. Like the offensive lineman type quickness, that's Kenny Lofton. I think he's going to be a solid player, and obviously guys like Ja and the Grizzlies core players are loving it. He's been tearing it up.
Yeah, you got to just root for a guy like that. You brought up what he looked like in college. I'm trying to get us.
He went to
some. He will play. He was good in college. He went to Louisiana Tech. Look at this.
He was sick. He's an absolute stud. Look at this guy.
Look at this man.
How can you not root for a guy like that? Big smooth.
Yeah. I mean, he spreads the floor too. Like he's really like a 3-level scorer. You can get it done from anywhere. I would love to see that guy's
threes. Yeah,
he's fucking electric. Fat Lofton Jr. That's what I call him.
Fat Lofton Jr. We love him here.
Another guy who stood out to me, second round pick from the Raptors. I feel like this Summer League talk is a never-ending loop at this point, but Delano Banton, and I'm definitely butchering the name there, but I was watching some Raptors Summer League ball. This guy's a 6'8", but he's 6'8", but they want him to play like traditional point guard. He's got a decent jumper. Seemed to be running the offense pretty well in Summer League, so definitely a name to watch out for there. I think they took him late second round, so just wanted to get that take out there, so if he becomes like a star, I can point back to this podcast.
Well, yeah, we'll clip this.
Called it.
We'll clip this. You love the second round pick production, though.
Yeah,
let's see that.
So they got That Dawg In Em award. Let me pull up the article here. I'm on theathletic.com. Don't mean to flex to everyone, but I do pay $1 per month for The Athletic.
Shit.
If you got listeners out there, like it's probably the best dollar I spend every month. Like The Athletic is great. They have in-depth pieces on like every piece of sports you could ever want. When I'm bored, I'll literally just look up like a story from 2017, like a huge trade, and like find out shit I just never even knew went down.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to The Athletic if they want to sponsor us. I mean, I think they're kind of hemorrhaging money right now, but if they want
a little more. That's a little more.
Wait, let me pull up this article real quick.
I'm gonna take a pee while you do that, but I have my headphones in, so I'm gonna hear everything you guys say.
Okay, well, I got it pulled up now. So, Fab, go take your piss. So, the Got That Dawg In Em award is going to go to Saddiq Bey from the Pistons. Another great young asset in this roster, really developing into a great scorer. Exciting young piece there, and he's only 23 years old as well. Played every game. Okay, I'm just going to read this. So, after Saddiq Bey's rookie season, where he got all rookie, Bey spent a large part of his offseason playing with Team USA. From there, he participated in Detroit's Summer League stint in Las Vegas. After that, Bay went on to play and start in all 82 games for the Pistons. Iron Man numbers. Starting all 82 is nuts. In his free time, Bay brought his work home or vice versa. He'd always end up at the team's practice facility. Now we got a quote from Bay here. It was recommended to me by the staff to take time off. They told him he needed to go find a hobby. Do you know how much of that dog you have to have in you for a fucking basketball organization who pays you to play professional basketball to be like, hey, man, maybe let's play a little less basketball. Like, maybe let's chill out a little bit. Like, guy loves the game, guy breathes the game, and he's grinding to get better. But so they told him this. So what does he do? He moves out to the mountains in Colorado. He gets really into hiking and high altitude training and that kind of thing. Didn't really take time off or find a hobby from what I can see, but like, this is just a nuts story to me. And this is not like, you guys remember when JJ Watt was like consistently bragging that like he would do his off-season training at a cabin in the woods, and then the pictures of the cabin came out and it was like a multi-million-dollar mansion just immediately located in the woods. This is not that. So Saddiq Bey, he gets himself a 3-story Airbnb out in Colorado, out in Boulder, which 3 stories might sound like a lot, but hear me out. The Pistons video coordinator lived on the bottom floor, and Bey took the top floor. During the NBA playoffs, the two would meet in the middle to watch games. Then they'd go back to their spaces until 3:45 a.m. when their separate alarms went off, because Bey likes to lift weights before touching a basketball. By 5 a.m., they started their on-court workout until roughly 8 a.m. when the Colorado men's team would take the floor. Then they'd come back to campus for a second workout in the afternoon. Couple of times a week, the two sprinkle in a 3-mile hiking trip. They've also gotten like super into fishing apparently, so I guess there's your hobby. And he's just been in the mountains doing like high altitude training, shaving down his body fat, and this whole story to me just screams got that dog in him. Like, as soon as I saw this, I was all in on Saddiq Bey. One, the fact that you have to be told, hey, play less basketball, find a hobby. And 2, the fact that he took that and was like, hey, let's take a trainer out to the woods and train in the mountains, and like the schedule, the daily 3:45 a.m. That's Kobe shit. Clear cut, unanimous, got that dog in him. I'm excited to see what this cut does in the future.
I love that he was told to like leave and go find a hobby, and his hobby was just training more, like in a more creative way. Like that.
Yeah, I'll go hike in high altitude mountains and like I'll get better at basketball while doing my hobby.
Right. People forget he scored 50 like late in the season, but I feel like it kind of got swept under the rug because there was just so much like they weren't playing meaningful basketball really.
That's one of like my favorite subgenres of basketball is just the random 50 piece. Like that's one of my favorite things about the NBA is all these guys are so good, like they can go off for 50 at any night. It's not like the MLB where you kind of just have to know your role and plug away. Like any of these guys at any moment are so good they could go off for 50. So just a sidebar there. But did Saddiq Bey drop a 50 piece?
He did, yeah.
Wow.
And any
I'm
Celtics
even more all in on him.
Yeah, any Celtics fan. For some reason, the Pistons, like even after the Celtics flipped the switch this year, the Pistons gave us fits every time we played them. So I saw a lot of Saddiq Bey just absolutely cooking us.
Yeah, he's
how
got
old
that
is he?
dog in him. What else can you say?
Did you say how old he is?
23.
He's got
20.
He's got 2 years under his belt, and like I said, he started every single game for the Pistons last year. So
MereKat,
he's durable. He's young. He wants to learn. He's got that dog in him. He's hiking. He's fishing. He's training. He's getting better. Pistons are scary.
This was a MereKat Trivia Tuesday question. Who has played the most minutes out of everyone drafted in the 2020 NBA draft? Saddiq Bey was the answer. This dude's a workhorse. I've been all in on him. I've been buying some of his cards, actually. Just a low-key dude who's been falling out, even though he's young, not getting the national spotlight in Detroit, obviously. And after this story, a fisherman myself, all the way in on him, all the way in on Sadiq Bey.
Apparently, he does suck ass at fishing though. Like
it's all right.
The trainer that he brought out with him, they interviewed him for the story as well, and he was like, the guy can't fish worth its shit.
And
so I don't know if that changes your opinion at all, but he's too worried about basketball to catch the fish.
Exactly. At least he's finding time to, put some time into the hobby of fishing. And, he's got a great name. I've actually tried workshopping a tweet with Fab before, how to use Sadiq Bey as Sad Dick Bey somehow in a tweet with Sadiq Bey. We're still working on it. It'll happen at some point. But just great name, great guy, great ball.
Sometimes.
Yeah. This guy knows ball, though.
Okay. So I have a question. Fab, you want to go ahead?
I was just going to say real quick. We talked about maybe last episode or the episode before Villanova players. Villanova just obviously Sadiq Bey went to Villanova. They're not producing like first round picks like Kentucky, Duke, and the Blue Bloods. But I mean, is Villanova a blue blood? Would you say?
Not a blue blood, but they're becoming like a perennial contender somewhere.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
They're like the new era blue blood.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody is going to unseat Indiana University from their blue blood spot. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But Villanova, just the NBA players they do produce, they just produce like sound basketball players, just
technical workhorses.
Yeah. So yeah, I wanted to add that. But what were you going to say, Rick?
I was going to ask Mir. I don't know anything about trading cards or sports cards whatsoever. So we talk on this podcast all the time about buying a player stock low. Is that like a thing in the trading card community? Like, do you buy a rookie's card and like hope he becomes really good and the card value like shoots up? Like, is that how you could potentially buy stock here?
So like off the rip, obviously, like Evan Mobley, Scotty Barnes, Cade Cunningham, a lot of the card products are like delayed. So the season's already happened when like a lot of the rookie cards are coming out. They're so good. They're going to be worth a lot. It's finding the guys who you think might be in good situations and investing in them, because even though they might be a high pick in a good situation, they're not producing yet. They're not getting playing time, so their value's not going to be there. Like guys like Jonathan Kuminga or something. Sadiq Bey is a guy who is starting to get that national spotlight after the year he had people like The Athletic giving him attention. He's starting to get there, but there's guys in the hobby constantly, every single sport. It's called like, it's not quite prospecting, but it's like prospecting. You're looking ahead. Like I have a few guys, I'm investing in before season start, like Zeke Naji, definitely not a homer at all. But, you can get his stuff dirt cheap right now. Really nice stuff. He does anything. Boom.
So I also have a question. I'm gonna kind of put you on the spot here.
We got this guy started about cards, I don't think he's gonna stop now.
So obviously, you just said Zeke Naji, so someone other than him. And if you don't have an answer, you just tell me to fuck off, and we'll move on. If you had to, maybe there's a guy that nobody's really buying their cards, but that you would kind of invest in right now, get their cards, but nobody else is really talking about him, under the radar guy. Do you have a guy?
I do. Like if we're talking rookies from like the last class, like a Moses Moody does come to mind, because he got playing time at all, but I loved him in Arkansas. He's on the Warriors, which is a good environment for him. Now he's eating in the summer league. It might not immediately translate, but that's a guy I would definitely look at investing into, because his future is bright. If the Warriors move anything, he just bumps right up there, more playing time. James Wiseman's another guy too. I love James. The Warriors are filled with like these prospecting guys, because they have really big talents that just haven't got a chance to play yet. Wiseman dealing with a big injury, dirt cheap right now. Kuminga, people in the hobby don't even know about him. I think Kuminga's incredible. Loved him coming out of the draft. And Moody's another guy. The Warriors are loaded with these types of guys, but you can always find them. There's guys like, like Cole Anthony is a good example. Cole Anthony had a good year. He's just on Orlando. It wasn't really talked about. He's got stuff to work on, but that's a guy who, he's actually a big card guy himself. He probably invested himself and messes up the market, but who knows?
Yeah. Another great example of that coming from the Warriors. You guys remember Patrick Baldwin? He was their first round pick this year.
Mm-hmm.
So was like a top 5 recruit in the entire country. Ended up committing to play for his dad at the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee. His dad's job was kind of on the hot seat, so we went and played for very small school. Did not go well for him at all. Was injured, never found a shot. His dad got fired at the end of the year, but Warriors took a chance on him at the end of the first round. This guy's 6'10". Got like just an automatic shooting stroke. Kind of needs to work on, shot creation and making his own shot, but 6'10" with a good stroke, that'll fit in with the Warriors like a glove.
100%.
So another guy to keep your eye on there.
Fab, I thought of one more quick one. Herbert Jones with the Pelicans.
Yes.
Great, efficient-ass rookie year. Tons of
Mhm.
minutes. Getting Zion back
All
on the
in.
Pelicans. He's going to get more shot attempts with the way he played last year. Herbert Jones, great investment. Shout out to the hobby.
Speaking of the Pelicans, Trey Murphy, too.
Yeah.
We are just a Hall of
He's
Fame.
got 30.
We are a Hall of Fame get sidetracked and just talk ourselves in circles podcast. Like we go off on one sidebar and then a guy's like, wait, also this guy. Oh, wait, also this.
We were
wait,
talking about how
subject.
inspirational Sadiq Bey is into trading cards and shit and random guys.
The Sadiq Bey to trading cards to Warriors developmental system pipeline. We
Exactly.
know ball.
We know cards,
Bringing
too.
the content to you.
We know cards now.
We know cards.
We know ball. We know cards. There's really no limit to what we know, which is the cool part about this pod.
Do you know what else we know? Or I'm speaking for myself here. You guys can speak up for yourself. We know MILFs.
Ooh.
I was thinking this has got to be a transition.
We sure do.
Really.
We sure do.
The lob, the jam, but it's MereKat doing it to himself. Wow.
Stealth Alley.
The best producer in the game. But we got some Zach Wilson drama. So apparently Zach Wilson's college roommate and like his best friend posted a photo confirming that he's dating Zach Wilson's ex. The two have unfollowed each other on social media. That's kind of juicy, but real story here, which I've seen some reports that it's like false, but either way, who cares? This girl, the ex in question, someone commented calling her a homie hopper, quote unquote. And she said, well, he's the one sleeping with his mom's best friend. So Zach Wilson, confirmed Mormon, confirmed MILF hunter. Kind of got that dog in him if it's true. Kind of a trait I personally would love to see in a franchise quarterback.
All-time graphic.
Another great graphic.
All-time graphic.
Did you put that?
That wasn't. I didn't make that.
All-time
shout out to the
graphics,
random Twitter user.
Yeah.
You got to check out the YouTube if you don't, because we got all-time graphics coming up. But before we gloss over the homie hopper part, the dude, what's his name? Is it Dax Milne or something? He's a receiver for the
Milne.
He's a receiver for the Commanders.
Which I think shout out Sweet Tea Poppy.
Shout out Sweet Tea Poppy. Obviously,
only Commanders fan I think in existence right now, but still got to support the guy.
I'm gonna pull up the schedule. I just want to see if the Commanders play the Jets. That would be funny.
I feel like Dax is not getting a whole lot of PT regardless.
No, definitely not.
Dax seems like a special teams guy to me, a wide receiver out of BYU. I don't know. No offense to Dax.
They don't play each other.
Actually, offense intended to Dax. You don't date your best friend's ex like that. People like to argue that there's like a time limit you can wait where you can date your friend's ex. No, there's never a situation where that's not going to be weird. So Dax, all offense intended. You suck and you don't know ball.
You scumbag.
And you don't know friendship. Not only do you not know ball, you don't know friendship, and you don't know brotherhood. So
that's
Dax,
weird. And
we are officially coming out as the first anti-Dax podcast.
Anti-Dax podcast. We're anti-Daxers here. Everybody knows that.
Wow.
Oh,
you brought
good.
the fastball tonight.
That was good. That was really good.
I don't know. It's the blue lights. But what's not weird and what's not cool is Zach Wilson sleeping with his mom's friend. I mean, if that's true, it's being said it's not true now.
Let's just
believe it's true.
Permanently in perpetuity, throw on the asterisk here now.
Yeah.
If it's true.
If it's true.
And now we can talk freely. We have no legal ramifications whatsoever. This is not slander. This is not libel. Asterisk, if it's true. So continue
with the asterisk, but as a AFC East guy that has to deal with him, I'm more intimidated by him now. This is a great move by Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson, if it's a spite move, if it's he's into it move, either way, shout out to you, dude. All the memes coming out of, people being like, oh, Zach Wilson going to bed thinking he's going to get crucified, waking up seeing he's being a hero.
Right.
It's like the Spider-Man on the train. Carefully, he's a hero. That's Zach Wilson right now. I like this guy.
Have you guys finished The Boys season finale yet? Season 3?
I saw the clip.
Yeah, tweet. It was like Homelander at the end when he did the thing and he realized people absolutely loved him doing the thing. No spoilers on this podcast. Yeah. It's like our guy Jack Mack, I know. Fab, you're a huge fan of Jack Mack, but yeah, he was in Jack Mack's DMs late at night, like
I saw that,
begging him to take down the tweet, and then
he takes it down because Zach follows him and asks him. He's like, "Yeah, I'm a fan of you. I will do it, even though it's already going to be out there, no matter what." Takes it down.
Yeah,
Zach
unfollows
him. That's a rat move.
That was a low awareness Mormon move, thinking one, that like you could contain the story, and two, thinking that story would be damaging in 2022. Like what? I'm supposed to be anti fucking MILFs? What is that the take you want me to have, Zach Wilson? Because I refuse. I refuse to do that.
It seems like asking for it to be taken down is more incriminating than the story itself.
Exactly.
So that was kind of interesting. But I actually tweeted this out yesterday. So I mean, I obviously, similar to Mir, AFC East guys, hate the Jets, obviously. But the level of confidence that like Jets Twitter and just like the Jets in general have, because for some reason I get like all of Jets Twitter on my timeline, is like kind of intimidating for some reason. Like I don't know why it is, but it is. Because I shouldn't be intimidated by the Jets, even though like I like Robert Saleh a lot. But I tweeted last night the Spider-Man meme, Drew Lock singing Young Jeezy and Zach Wilson having sex with a MILF. Like things that happen off the field.
These are moves that are going to buy them another 2 years of a chance at starting at quarterback when they realistically shouldn't. Like that Drew Lock video absolutely extended his career longer than it should have.
Yeah, but it's things like everyone goes crazy, then they get on the football field. They're like, wait a minute. Yeah. Zach Wilson having sex with a MILF has nothing to do with football and like completing passes to guys wearing the same color as you. But in the back of my head, I'm actually like somewhat concerned about the Jets, which I hate to say out loud because I like to act like I tweet things like that and act like I'm not worried about the Jets. But I think the Jets might be like decent this year. And I think Zach Wilson might take a step, unfortunately. But I want nothing more than to see Zach Wilson go out week 1 and throw 6 interceptions. That would be the greatest thing that's ever happened to me.
AFC is the scary times right now.
Yeah.
And going off that Drew Lock video, like a similar point, this was just one of those things where you saw the headline about Zach Wilson and you just knew Twitter was going to run it into the ground in 2 hours. Like I'm already sick of hearing about Zach Wilson being a MILF hunter. Like people just firing off into the algorithm, Zach Wilson plus MILF plus dog.
The fact it's still being tweeted is too much. It should have just been last night. Like we can talk about it now, but
it was the taste of the moment. You got your numbies. People got their basic ass viral tweets off. Annie Hagar did her unoriginal ass.
I blocked her.
Just the most basic, like formulaic, like please make this go viral tweets. Like the worst memes. Like we're done.
But you look at it from the other side though. When Zach Wilson goes out there, like I said, and throws 6 interceptions, it's going to make it that much funnier because of the Barstool t-shirts, banging moms, throwing bombs. Like I'm sure that will age well. So it's just going to make it that much funnier.
That t-shirt, like I saw so much of it on Twitter today, like everyone calling it like the greatest shirt of all time. Like didn't really do it for me. Like kind of corny. It's already the whole saga has just gotten very corny to me overall is my main point here.
Well, exactly. Like if you look at other stories like this, when DK Metcalf had like a threesome or who's going to have a threesome, it's like that. I think that's cooler than banging a mom. Like it's not like this Jets fans are fucking raising a Super Bowl trophy because their quarterback fucking banged a MILF.
Okay. Embrace debate. Would you rather have a threesome with like hot girls your own age, or would you rather bang like a very hot MILF?
I'm going to contradict what I just said and bang a hot MILF.
I agree.
The threesome would be too intimidating, too scary.
Yeah. I am saving myself for marriage, so I'm not going to weigh in here. But
option C.
I'm glad you sinful souls are going to have your fun. We'll see how St. Peter judges. We'll see how St. Peter judges you in heaven. But whatever.
Option C is the LaShawn McCoy right when he got traded to Buffalo move of posting flyers around town that you're having a woman's only party and that it was an orgy essentially, and you had to pay to get in. Yeah,
I didn't even know that.
Women pay you to come have an orgy. Yeah, LaShawn McCoy, shout out to you.
You know what they call that? Passive income. That's a bag chaser right there. A dude like me is grinding like that as well.
Shout out Shady McCoy, friend of the program.
Some people prefer to, invest in an Airbnb or buy cryptocurrency for their passive income. Me, I'm hosting all female orgies. So, highly recommend it.
That's unreal.
Just got to touch my mom. What are you doing? Oh, she's definitely hearing me recording the podcast right now.
She's hearing about you talk about MILFs.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh my God. If my mom heard any of that. But another sidebar I wanted to build off what Fab was saying. One of my favorite experiences of Twitter is when you one tweet specific to a team and then you spend 3 days on that team's side of Twitter and you're just fully immersed in Commanders Twitter or I spent a few days on random hockey teams Twitters. Just a very fun experience getting those psychos takes.
It is, yeah, because you just get everything. You get the beat writers,
getting outside of your own fan base's Twitter and seeing how they compare. Very fun experience.
Yeah, I agree.
Do you know what else is a fun experience? Oh, Fab, no, go. What were you? I was going to transition.
Mir, do you want to take over hosting?
I was going to transition as well.
We were just silent.
Go.
Mir's already got the producer gig, and now he's gunning for my job. Pretty soon, this is going to be Mir and Fab no ball at this point.
Producers help with the transitions. They got to move the show along. We just hit the hour mark.
I cannot believe we thought this show was going to be an hour max, and we didn't even get into the draft yet. So this is going to be a doozy.
We did not get into the draft. Fab, what are we drafting tonight?
We are drafting mascots.
Wait, do we want to do mailbag or the draft first?
Should we do? We probably do mailbag.
Let's do. You got to read the mailbag off though.
Okay, yeah, I got
questions to prep.
I got
mailbag.
I got just a couple questions that kind of tickled my fancy here. Pulling it up right now. So this one comes from Snidaho. I don't know if she's a mutual of yours, but she's apparently a big hypothetical debate person. Mm-hmm. If you were pushed into a pool full of Jell-O, would you live or would you die? A pool full of Jell-O.
I'm assuming it's pretty deep. You can't stand.
I think just a regulation swimming pool. Yeah. Well,
we're tall.
If you could stand, what would be the point of the question, Fab?
Well, we're tall, so I don't know. Maybe they couldn't stand and we can.
Yeah, true.
Okay, let's say it's in an Olympic swimming pool, so it's a deep end all the ways around. I think you die. I think you sink immediately, and I don't know how you swim up in the viscosity of Jell-O. I don't know how you propel yourself there.
Yeah, I think it's similar to quicksand, where the more you try to get out, the further you're going.
Exactly.
That would be very cool.
And then the panic sets in, and then you're overexerting yourself, and I don't know what the breathability of Jell-O is, but probably not breathing very well. I think you're pretty much dead on arrival.
That's what I was going to say is you just gasp for air. It's a bodily instinct. It's a reaction that's going to happen. You're sucking down a throat full of Jell-O. There's no air there. Do you suffocate? You suffocate first before you die of anything else, right? Just from Jell-O inhalation.
Well, the only thing I'm thinking of is I would probably rather than pushing down as if you were in water to try to swim up, kind of clear yourself try to open up the Jell-O because obviously it's solid. So if you could open up kind of an air pocket, a little cave for yourself, you could survive in there, and then obviously you could eat the Jell-O until the pool is empty, and then just walk out. But I don't think that's. I mean that's really the only way I can think that you would be able to survive that. Which obviously, eating your way out probably wouldn't work because of all the Jell-O. You'd probably just eat yourself to death.
If you died from being under the Jell-O and you couldn't breathe, would you drown or would you suffocate?
You'd suffocate.
I think you'd suffocate. I think the Jello would suffocate you very quickly.
You can't drown in Jello.
I think that's the heart of the debate here.
That's tough.
I think you're dead.
You're dead.
Yeah, I think you're cooked.
We're 3-0 for dead there. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for the question, Snyder. That was a good one.
That was a good one.
This is from our boy JBC. Got to give him some love.
Let's go,
JBC's
JBC.
the GOAT, our fourth man in Fall Guys, a day one supporter of Rick and Fab No Ball.
Yes, sir.
What are your thoughts on the NFL postseason OT rule change, allowing both sides to possess the ball? Would you like to see this change in the regular season? I think everyone wants to see that.
In the regular season, I don't really. Yeah, I mean, I guess I do.
I really don't see a
playoffs.
reason why both teams shouldn't possess the ball in any scenario whatsoever in overtime.
We know MereKat's answer on this one.
Oh my God, I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think
my face is like convulsing. It's very tense.
They're stewing, bro. I didn't even. Yeah, so Mir, you would be in favor of the rule change, I'm guessing.
Yeah, there should have been a rule last year. I don't know. Fuck this. I don't even want
a rule that a rule that very likely, very maybe, I guess, took a Super Bowl ring off your finger. Which, by the way, if the Bills ever win a Super Bowl, which I hope they do, if MereKat's not getting a ring, what are we even doing here?
Right, I agree. But are wheels in motion like at all with the commissioner?
Yeah,
like,
I think it's in play for the postseason now. I think they just haven't applied it to the regular season.
Yeah, because of the Bills game, they were like, "This was so fucked up. We actually have to change this." Like, it actually got changed. Yeah,
I can't imagine anybody not being in favor.
Follow up, like any rule changes in general you'd love to see in any major sports. For me personally, I would love to just see steroids allowed everywhere.
Yeah,
steroids,
especially baseball.
Yeah. Or even just like have like a separate like sports league or a separate Olympics where like we let everyone take steroids and just kind of have that comparison. I think we need to see what the human body is capable of here.
I agree. I remember seeing a tweet saying this like a few months ago. Instead of like a celebrity first pitch, they have a celebrity come out for like the last pitch, like in the 9th inning, like bases loaded. Here comes Carrie Underwood to throw a pitch that's live. That would be fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Real rule change would be a reversal rule change for me. Take away the new kickoff rules, make it the old kickoffs. I miss kickoffs.
Oh yeah.
As a kid that became a football fan because of Devin Hester, I need to see kickoffs come back.
Yeah, I agree with that one. Yeah.
This one I'm gonna make it into a two-parter. It comes from our boy Cillian Murphy Stan account. I think I already know Fab's question here. Well, if he's a sane individual, I know his answer. But would you give up your pinky toe for your NBA team to win a finals in the next 5 years? For me, immediate yes. Immediate yes. I haven't seen any team I care about win anything. Yes.
Yes.
Fab, really, you're a yes.
I would. My pinky toe? Yeah.
Okay, I was leaning no for you because you've seen so many championships, one. And two, like, pinky toe sneaky is very, from what I hear, like important to balance and stuff. Like, if you lose your pinky toe, it's not as easy as people would think. Like, you'd have to relearn how to walk.
You could put some like clay there.
This is kind of unique to me, I think. But I'm not gonna like foot reveal, but my pinky toe.
I'll do it right now.
Like hasn't like grown, like I don't think ever. Like my pinky toe, like so I have size 13 feet, which actually is very small for my height.
That's cute. I'm a 15, but whatever.
Well, exactly 14. What I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I have the smallest feet, and I think I'm the tallest
you're
one.
A size 13?
Yeah, my feet haven't grown, especially my pinky toe though. My pinky toe is like my 4 toes are normally like size, like they're pretty long. My pinky toe is like this big, like it's very, very weird. So like that can fuck off. Like I could go downstairs and cut my pinky toe off right now, and I don't even think it would bleed. Like it's very weird. Like I'm not gonna show my feet because they're gross, but it's very weird. I'll give up my pinky toe for like 5 guys right now.
I would do it for the Nuggets just to experience a championship.
Okay. This is actually a follow-up that's just coming from my dome. What's like the most major appendage you'd be willing to give up to give a sports team of your choosing a championship? So like Mir, if you want to see a Bills Super Bowl, what's like the most you'd be willing to give up? Because The reason I say any sports team you're choosing, I feel like you're a much, much, much bigger Bills guy than you are a Nuggets guy. Yeah. So what's the most you would give up for a Bills Super Bowl?
This isn't an exaggeration. I would give up like my right leg below my knee.
Yeah.
Like the entire like bottom of my leg, foot, everything. Take it.
No, I'm 100% with you there. I am glad we're in agreement. I live a very sedentary lifestyle as is. I'm not a very active guy, and with the prosthetic innovations happening today, I could still, hoop and get around relatively easily. I would absolutely give up a leg to see a Bears Super Bowl, like no questions asked. Is
if I didn't have to experience pain or anything of removing it too, like it's just gone. Yes.
Yeah, but could not agree more. Mr. Seen
6 for the
7
Patriots,
or 8 championships.
1 for the Bruins, 1 for the Red Sox, or 2 for the Red Sox.
Okay, 2 for the Red Sox. Okay, cool. Yeah, Mr. fucking too many rings to put on his fingers. I'm guessing
fucking
maybe give up like a finger or something. I don't know.
Well, I mean, if I chose you said it would be for the Bulls or the Bears, you would, or is it just any?
I would do it personally. I do it for either. I'm pretty like equally invested in the Bears and Bulls, maybe a little more so in the Bears. Don't really give a fuck about hockey and baseball, as I've said, but any of those two, I would easily give up a leg for it.
Yeah, the
also
team I would choose is Celtics.
Not to interrupt you again, Fab, but for an Indiana Hoosiers banner number 6, I would do it for that as well.
That's fair. I think I would draw the line. I mean, I guess I would give up any toe, but I guess this is an attest to the amount of championships I've seen. I'm like terrified of like surgery and like just anything that would involve stitches. So I would I would be very hesitant to give up anything. So I think I would draw the line.
Is it the stitches specifically that throw you off? You made a point there to say stitches.
Well, I've never gotten stitches, but it's one of my biggest fears is having to get stitches.
Why?
I'm just terrified of like anything. Like I'm not good with like needles, like any kind of like one of my biggest fears is like I've never had surgery, but having to have surgery is one of my biggest fears. So I'm drawing the line at the pinky toe.
I get just in my eye.
I had knee surgery like the year after I finished high school. Like when I was done playing sports, I got some stuff fixed in my knee. Mm-hmm. It's like a very weird experience. Like they haul you in on the operating table, they put the mask on your face, and for me, like literally, I woke up and was like, "Okay, so when is the surgery happening?" They're like, "It's done." Like I thought I blinked for like a second and like dozed off. No, they put me under. They did the whole surgery, and I had no idea it happened. It's kind of like just a nuts experience if you haven't.
8-time surgery haver. It's crazy. Like they make you count down from 10. I don't think I've ever made it consciously past 7. You're just out, and then you wake up.
You've had 8 surgeries. Did I hear that right? Are you a sickly Victorian child? What's going on there?
2 shoulder, 2 knee, 3 eye, and 1 sport.
Your mom's healthcare provider hated you growing up, huh?
Awful.
You got your money. You got your money's worth out of that insurance.
I'm a wreck. I'm like Dr. Frankenstein right now, and I'm 26. This is not good, boys.
I also do sneaky love that move because I know, like, you were concerned about your health care. I know you finally got on your employer's plan. Like, pumped for you for that. I'm only 22 and I'm already tweaking about it. And I got like 3.5 years.
Terrifying. You don't think that you don't actually like feel like taking initiative until it's like. Yeah. Oh, fuck.
I'll probably just like stop going to the doctor at 25. Like if anything happens to me after 25, I'm probably just out.
It is what it is.
I love that move of knocking out 8 surgeries while you're still on the parents' insurance.
Yes, sir.
That's just hearing you guys describe like the process. I'm sweating. I'm so scared. Like I got into a car accident that like wasn't like bad. Like I wasn't injured at all, but I like crawled out of the car and just laid down and closed my eyes. Because I was so scared that like something was wrong with my body and I was gonna have to like go get it repaired that I just couldn't even look at like my arms or my legs. I was like, nope, I'm gonna need surgery for something. Like I'm gonna die. It's my number one fear besides being stabbed randomly. That's my number one fear.
That's terrible.
Anyways,
I don't want to get stabbed. I hate that. I'm never going to England.
This one coming from our boy Squid.
Shout out
Summer Squid.
Oh yeah, Summer Squid. Well, he's just Squid. He's gone by a lot of different variations of the
general.
But this guy,
goated.
I like one of the first like followers I can remember in my burner account. Like me and this guy go way back. Who would win in a fight to the death? Mac Jones or Justin Fields?
Yeah. Have you seen Mac Jones after this offseason?
I think me and Fab both. I think it's safe to assume where me and Fab are leading. So Mir, let's throw it to you with the tiebreaker here.
I think it's Justin Fields.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about an athlete and you talk about a fat piece of shit. That's Justin Fields and Mac Jones.
No.
I don't think Mac Jones has not only the fitness but the dog in him to get it done. I think Justin's athletic prowess, his quickness, his agility, like
that's what Justin could at least outlast him.
Mac Jones's strengths are his pocket presence and his like ability to get the ball out fast and like make reads. That's not applying in a fight. You know what it is? Justin Fields being a freak athlete that runs a 4.3.
I agree with that, but also I just wish that we had a recent picture of Mac Jones. He has lost so much weight and he is like just cut. Like he had that gut. The gut is completely gone.
Well, the cool thing about Justin Fields, he never had a gut to lose in the first place. He's always been that guy.
I cannot wait. I can't wait. Week 2, we're going to revisit this argument like week 1 or 2 after you guys see Mac Jones after this offseason, and we're going to be having a different conversation.
Well, yeah, me and Fab, we've had this conversation a lot. It sucks that our quarterbacks are in the same draft class because they're going to be like naturally pitted against each other and compared. And like, I love Mac Jones. I think he's going to be great. I think he was a great pick, and I love the guy. I'm rooting for him. And Fab, you feel the same way about Fields. So yeah, it sucks that we have to like be constantly thrown into these debates.
This doesn't look like Mac Jones.
Wait a minute.
This doesn't even look like Mac Jones.
That's Mac Jones.
This looks like Jack Eichel and JJ Watt's love child.
I told you.
Fab was right. #Fab was right. That guy looks like a trainer at Anytime Fitness. That does not look like Mac Jones.
I told you.
No, but his nipples concave, like they're going inside his kind of looks body.
Like yeah, what is up with that indented nip there? You got an indented areola. That looks like a telltale sign of steroid use to me. I don't know if he's peed in a cup recently, but we need to drug test Mac Jones immediately because what the fuck is going on here?
What the fuck?
I told you, bro. No, but back to what Rick was saying.
That guy's yoked.
I like that the Patriots and the Bears, like we play each other maybe like every few years, but it's like I can root for the Bears and it has really nothing to do like because we're NFC, AFC, like we never really see each other. If we did, it'd be the Super Bowl. So I can root for Justin Fields and not have it contradict with my Patriots fandom, which is good.
The Patriots have been the evil empire for my entire memorable life. Actually, even before my memorable life, like Patriots have been dominating since before I watched football. So I can't actually root for them because they're just so incredibly successful. But yeah, good point.
And
I'm glad my team is so shitty and irrelevant that you don't feel bad rooting for them. But the feeling is not mutual, Fab.
All right, that's fine. I wish I could say the same for the Bills too, because I objectively like the Bills as much as it sucks to say, but
yeah,
cannot root for them.
Rival. Yeah,
it's hard not to root for Josh Allen.
I love rooting for the Bills. Yeah. Josh Allen's so easy to root for. Their fans so easy to root for. Their franchise so easy to root for. I will never root against the Bills unless they're playing the Chicago Bears. I got just 2 more I want to get to.
Okay.
All right.
So this one comes from our boy Johnny Dang, also known as Family, also known as Huge Cracker 41, just an absolute goat. So this is a 3-parter. I'm just gonna read all 3 parts at once. Talk about who's better at Fortnite, comma, cranks 90s the quickest, comma, maybe compare hog sizes on cam. So I know I have the biggest dick of the podcasting studio, so we don't have to, camera that at all. But in terms of who's better at Fortnite, I am comfortably the worst player in here, I feel like, and I will absolutely wear that. I've been playing the game for 4 years, and I have not gotten an ounce better at it. I suck at Fortnite. But I have a lot of fun, and that's all that matters.
I can confidently say I'm the best builder just because you guys don't build, and that's like all I do.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say, like, overall, I feel kind of close to Fab, but like cranking 90s and shit, he's the GOAT. No chance. Fab's 1 for sure.
Yeah, I mean, in build mode, I'd say I'm the best, but in no builds, where the only thing that I can do is taken out of the game, I'm not very good. You guys can both hit shots better than I can and no build, so it's kind of hard to say. I guess it's whatever game mode we're playing.
Yeah.
Who's the best at prop hunt?
Ooh, I'm pretty good at prop hunt. We got to play prop hunt.
What's prop hunt?
Oh,
apparently I'm the worst. Yeah, what's great about this is I could confidently say we're going to spend an hour and a half to 2 hours recording a podcast together, and we're going to immediately hop off and play 2 hours of video games together.
Yes, sir. You guys wait until tomorrow for the show.
That's how we build chemistry, folks.
That's right.
Just thought this is. We already have the starting five debate, so we don't have to talk over this now. But this is a great idea, which we need to incorporate. It comes from Huka Doncic. He said we both build an all-time starting five with no duplicates and debate why your team's better. Then our boy Anxious Cucumber Cukes said, got to run a 5v5 blacktop on 2K and stream it. That's just electric content. We need to do that at some point. And we've talked today about doing like a 2K My League type deal, kind of incorporating streaming. Just a great idea from those two. We're going to get to it at some point, so just had to shout them out. Those are two absolute goats as well.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that all three of us will be getting I haven't gotten 2K in years and years, but I'll be getting the newest 2K.
Dude, I just started. I just started. Like I said, I just started playing again today. Actually, the new one is like free on Game Pass right now. I've been rebuilding the Thunder, which is one, a lot of fun, and two, very easy because they just have an absolutely laughable amount of first round picks. My starting lineup right now is at point we got Shy, obviously. We got Jay and Ivy at the 2. I ended up with the first and second overall picks in the draft, so I took Chet and Ivy. Just signed LeBron to a 1-year max deal in free agency, so I'm really pumped about that. Got him at the 3, and then we got Wembyana and Chet Holmgren at the 4 and 5. So just disgusting lineup. There is so much you can do with this franchise's pick.
That's crazy.
I'm sitting here, I'm like, it cannot be that hard to be an NBA GM. and Fab, I forgot. No, it was you tweet. Somebody said like Danny Ainge is whispering that Donovan Mitchell is not a franchise cornerstone going forward, and you were like, Danny Ainge knows ball. I'm sitting here thinking I've been saying that for 2 years. Like I knew, like seems like NBA GMs are not catching on to this stuff early. I could absolutely run a franchise successfully as a general manager. I think any of us could. Like, it cannot be that hard if all you have to do is just be like, hey, Donovan Mitchell, maybe not the guy. He might not be that guy, pal.
Well, a sidebar on that is I think a lot
we are the official podcast of sidebars, so continue.
So we're seeing a lot of things leaking from both the Jazz and the Heat, because obviously the Heat have been in on Donovan Mitchell, have been in discussions for trade. The rivalry, the hatred between Danny Ainge and Pat Riley, I think we're seeing, because they're both like, they're leaking their little thing. Like, Danny Ainge is so petty and Pat Riley the same way, and they hate each other. So I think that has a lot to do, and I think we're going to continue to see like these little like jabs that they're kind of leaking back and forth because they just fucking hate each other, which I think is very funny. But, that's the sidebar.
Yeah. Just 2 more. I know I said
you said 2 more, like 3 more.
I know. We just got a late submission from our girl Gracie. I don't know if you guys mutuals with her.
Yeah. I know Gracie. Shout out Gracie.
Oh, Gracie.
She posted like a picture with Big Cat.
She's always in. Yeah, she's like she's posted photos with Portnoy and Big Cat. She's always in there. Replies with like something funny. Stooley, very great follow. Give her a follow if you can at Gracie Marks. But if you're the Clippers, do you start Wall or Reggie Jackson this year? I think you start Reggie Jackson. You let Wall kind of find his footing as the 6-man running the bench unit, and then as the later season ramps up, you see if maybe Wall still has it. Absolutely put him in for the playoffs for that experience. But I'm a big Reggie Jackson guy. He's been with the Clippers for a minute. He's got the chemistry with the lineup. I think you stick with Jackson for now and kind of see what you have with Wall.
I agree with that. Right. I mean, Reggie. No, go ahead.
It's all just a matter of how much Wall has in the tank, in my opinion. Like, John Wall 3 or 4 years ago was a better player than Jackson. We really have no idea what John Wall has left in the tank. But
a little refreshed.
Yeah, dude, the fact that he turned down $40 million or whatever he was gonna make to like take this mid-level exception and like get bought out, like just because he wants to play basketball and win again, that's very encouraging to me. I've said it before. I think this is gonna be a great signing, and I do think he's gonna be starting their playoff games. I think you just start off with Jackson for now.
Yeah, I think ultimately, John, I believe that John Wall is going to be more than capable of. I mean, we're not going to see the John Wall we've seen in the past, but I think we're going to see a more than capable version of John Wall, and I think he will ultimately be starting for them. Yeah. But I mean, Reggie Jackson coming off of the bench is a guy that, I mean, any team would want a guy like that coming off the bench. He can score. He's just kind of one of those guys who he's got that dog in him. Reggie Jackson is one of the top guys in the NBA, I'd say, that's just got that dog in him. Guy that wears goggles, just electric. But I think Reggie ultimately will be coming off the bench for them, and he's gonna be huge for them coming off the bench. I think I'm high on the Clippers, like I think I've said in the past.
I agree. Yeah, I think a lot of people are going to be surprised by the Clippers. I think they're maybe the best team in the West right now.
Yeah.
Last one coming from our boy Austin Powers. We all love the kid.
Yes, sir.
Couldn't not talk about him if he's going to throw his hat in the ring. If you could debate one sports personality for an hour, who would you pick? So like Shannon Sharp, Skip Bayless, Stephen A. Smith, like which of those guys?
Somebody go first because I need to pee again.
Okay. For me, Stephen A. I love Stephen A. I'm a huge respecter of his game. This guy's just an icon in the field. I don't think you can go wrong with Skip either. I think we really had no idea what we had with those two while they were with it. This is the Kobe and Shaq of sports commentary. Always got the hot takes, always hilarious. Once you stop taking them seriously and view them for what they are, which is just content, they are some of the funniest guys around. So I'm comfortable with Stephen A. or Skip, but I got to lean Stephen A. That guy knows ball.
I'm gonna go with a hot name on the streets. We've shouted out multiple times. We love him here. Shout out to Windy. Brian Windhorst would be mine because I am also good at talking a lot without saying fucking anything. And so like me and him could go back.
Now, why would MereKat say that?
Yeah, exactly. We'd be going back and forth, the finger pointing. It'd be entertaining. It'd be argumentative for a whole hour, and absolutely nothing of substance or anything of productivity would come out of that. It would just be an hour-long shit show, and I would love it.
MereKat claims Josh Allen's the number 1 overall player in the NFL, just like he claimed he was going to win the hot dog contest. Why would he say that?
Why would he say that?
Fab, did you hear the question?
Yeah, I heard all of it.
I went with Stephen A. Mir went with Windy.
So is this a guy you think you could like win a debate against, or just someone you would want to
debate? Like who would you? It's like the dinner with Jay-Z. Who would you want to talk shop with for an hour?
I think I would choose Nick Wright because there's nobody. I don't think I hate anybody on the earth more than Nick Wright, but it's kind of a bad choice partially because I'm really bad at like getting out what I want to say. So I think he would probably torch me.
That's what I love to hear from my podcast host is that he isn't good at talking. So,
and like an argument, like if I was like I was on ESPN or wherever the fuck Nick Wright does his show, he would eat me alive, and I think it would be really funny. But I think I hate him so much that I would just start saying like really mean things to him, which is what I want to do. I just really want to say mean things to Nick Wright. So that's why I'm picking him.
His nose resembles a penis.
Yeah, like he would be like spitting his bullshit at me, and I would just be like insulting him like over and over just because I hate him so much.
Okay. I like that because I fucked Nick Wright.
Skanks just came in hot. He wants us to rate balls such as testicles, bowling balls, Marine Corps. I think we'll save that one for next episode. Love you, Skanks, but
we can get real into that one.
Yeah, we're gonna dive.
Yeah, that's a question that needs a deep dive.
We might do a starting lineup.
I was going to say starting five ball.
Yeah. Starting 5 of just balls.
Thank you, Skanks.
Oh, okay. I like this.
Skanks is just an undisputed goat, a fellow tall king like ourselves. Shout out to Skanks. So I think we're ready to get into the draft. But first, I can't believe I waited this late to do it. I hope people stick around. We got our first ad read of the night.
Okay, let's go.
I don't know how this one's going to go, guys. I texted you guys about it.
Yeah.
I'm excited for this
big sponsor. Yeah.
This is a good sponsor.
So tonight's podcast is sponsored by Zovibes. the undisputed greatest to ever do it, both on Twitter and in the city of New York. She's a day one listener of the podcast. Zoe Vibes has not missed a minute of freaking Fab No Ball, even when she's busy fucking the chain smokers, allegedly. Rumors are swirling that she was the roommate that stole her mattress out in Boulder. So shout out to Zoe Vibes. Just supporting the podcast, putting in the work.
Deep pockets.
Yeah, one of the biggest grinders I know is Zoe Vibes. Just putting in the work every single day. So
other podcasts.
Thank you to
other
Zoe
podcasts
Vibes.
might have good vibes on other pods. We have Zoe Vibes on our pod. So.
All right, that's the show.
That's about to be a recurring bit. Yeah. Do we got the Zoe Vibes tonight? Yeah, we do. So let's get into the draft. We are drafting our starting fives of Big Four ball mascots. So NHL, NBA, NFL, MLB, any mascot of those four. We're not going to get into the fucking minor league Savannah Bananas bullshit. Got to be Big Four. This one is, we were talking about this in depth in the group chat. This one is going to go off the rails fast.
A lot of discourse.
We couldn't decide if we wanted to do like the mascot you see on the sidelines, like the guy in the suit, or just like the embodiment of the team name / logo. So we're going to leave that up to the drafters' discretion, and that's going to take us off the rails very quickly. I know I have some great picks lined up. I haven't done a ton of prep for this one. I'm going to be pretty much firing from the cuff. I have my first overall pick in the chamber, but after that, I'm kind of just free balling it. What are your guys' thoughts? Have you done a ton of prep here? Are we ready to go?
Good amount.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah. Right. Me and Fab were talking shop a bit beforehand.
Oh, are you guys conspiring against me?
No conspiring. We didn't reveal strategies,
because I'm in that middle spot. You guys got the two back-to-back picks on either end. There is a very easy way to conspire and fuck me over here.
Me and Fab had a lot of time to talk. We were in here at 7:30.
If I lose another,
Rick had to go get tacos for 30 minutes.
My mother made tacos tonight. You thought I wasn't gonna enjoy taco night with my mother? Come on.
No, you can't argue there.
Listen, if I get worked in another poll, which, by the way, the listeners out there, that was bullshit. I had the best team by far. They didn't see the all communism vision. They didn't. Yeah. What is that? They saw Obama and they got enticed by the bright lights. Do me a favor and do some research on Ho Chi Minh for me. I think that was really my downfall. There was the only two like big, notable, recognizable names I had were some of the most heinous dictators in history in Fidel Castro and Kim Jong-un. So yeah, I think that was just a controversial team and a lot of people didn't see the vision. But let's get into it. Big Four ball mascots. MereKat, what's our draft order?
Tonight it is Fab 1-1, Rick 1-2, MereKat 1-3. I got the turn tonight. Fab's kicking us off again. Did you have first overall last draft?
I did.
Random.org loves Fab.
Loves Fab, as they should. So leading off with my first overall pick, I did find that I don't know how you guys looked at it, but the NHL was really I just kept going back to the NHL. They really the mascots in the NHL, I feel like for what we're doing, they were really just so much better than especially like the MLB. So I'm diving right into the NHL. My first overall pick, I'm going to take an absolute matchup nightmare.
No, you're going to take my pick. You're going to take my pick, aren't you?
I'm taking the Kraken.
Oh, let's go.
Matchup nightmare. I'm not sure there's another mascot. Actually, I'm positive that there's not another mascot that can stop the Kraken. Just massive, like I said, playing center. I don't think we'll ever lose a tip. We're getting every rebound. I mean, I don't even think the Kraken will have to move to get from one side of the court to the other. It can just kind of plop in the middle and play offense and defense with all those tentacles. So I think absolute layup first overall pick, the Seattle Kraken.
You're playing them at center?
At center, yep. That's my center.
Great move. All those arms, that size, damn.
Yep. Matchup nightmare.
Absolute matchup nightmare.
Who's next?
All right. Who's your NBA comparison there?
Oh, yeah.
Joel Embiid. Actually, no, Jokic. All the arms, great passer, Jokic, definitely Jokic.
I like that.
All right. So I actually had a go-to first-round pick, but I'm making a last-minute audible here. I think I'm going to cross my fingers and hope they slide to the second round. The Fab is kind of forcing my hand here. I have to draft a center in the middle. So I am going to go with Gritty of the Philadelphia Flyers. Relatively new introduction to the mascot game. This guy stands at a firm 7 feet tall. That's exactly who you want to put in the middle. I'm taking the Timberwolves approach just like Fab is. I'm building from the inside out. Love Gritty. Like I said, newer guy on the the mascot scene. He's been described by The Guardian as an acid trip of a mascot. So that's not a guy I want to go up with in the post, a guy who's a literal acid trip. But like I said, 7 feet tall, literally has grit in the name. So yeah, just a guy who's going to crash the glass, who's going to get it done defensively. Doesn't strike me as maybe an offensive weapon, but that's just a guy I want to build around. So we're going with Gritty.
NBA comparison?
I think we're going to go with Miles Turner, like we were talking about earlier, just a crash in the glass, blocking shots, getting his points in the paint. I know maybe not the sexiest comparison, but this is a guy we're going to build around.
Okay, I like that.
I like that. Taking an actual mascot there, I'm not going to do that with the 3rd overall pick. I decided, do I go with what the mascot's based off of here? Do I just go off the rails? I'm
going a little bit of both here. I got some mascots and some actual team names.
So I decided I'm not going with the actual mascot. We're going with the team name. I'm drafting at point guard Satan, New Jersey Devils, the Devil.
Okay.
We are drafting Satan with the 3rd overall pick at point guard.
Oh my god.
That's really good. You said point guard?
MereKat, I got to tell you, just this whole episode overall, you have absolutely crushed it. The delivery on that. I am drafting Satan. I didn't even know where you were going with that when you said Satan. Incredible pick. I think that's going to win you the draft right there.
I talked with Fab a bit before this. I thought I might go with the actual New Jersey Devil, the cryptid, the legend. You know, it's got wings, some hooves. It's a nice little creature there. But no, we're just going with Satan. That's all you need. NBA comparison, Kyrie Irving.
I like that. I might have to go with the Angels just to counter that.
That's like the only counter we got. We talked about maybe taking Jesus as what was last draft. We considered Jesus as a pick. I'm just pulling a 180 tonight. I'm taking him, Satan, leading the team. And I'm up again at the turn.
Shit.
At the turn. This is a tough pick for me. There's a guy I really want. If I don't get this one guy, my final 2 picks are inept at this point, but I got to get some size. I have to get a center. We are drafting the Titan of Tennessee Titans. Titan.
That's a good one.
Center. NBA comparison is Kenneth Lofton Jr. And who doesn't want a Titan? The gods, the Greek gods, are literally the children of the Titans. So they're better than gods. They're the ones who ruled the cosmos before the Olympians. Sometimes it can be bigger than a planet. They can shapeshift if they need to. You know, be any size you want with just an absolute force there in the middle.
That's a good one.
Can't choke either. These guys live in space. They don't need oxygen. No choking on this team.
So is that a center? Your center?
My center is a Titan.
Okay. That's a good one. The Tennessee Titan. Okay. Let me. Fuck. Is it back to me or is it Rick?
It's on Rick now. Yeah.
Okay.
So this is another one that's straight off the cuff. I actually am going to draft this one in a direct answer, in a direct what's the word I'm looking for? A direct foil. A direct foil to MereKat's draft of Satan himself. I am going to go with the Angels of Los Angeles.
There we go.
I'm going to take a literal angel. We already have proof here from the book of Revelations that the angels won in battle against Satan and expelled him from heaven. That's my Catholic school knowledge here for you. So already got the bad blood mixed in there. Already got the 2 opponents that know each other, that hate each other. I'm going to take an angel. What position did you put
Satan's at the point.
Okay, I'm gonna put an angel at the point for myself as well. We're gonna go with Saint Michael the Archangel. If you could get specific here, he's kind of like once again, 13 years of Catholic school here. So St. Michael was kind of like the battle general. He's the one who throws hands for the angels. There's like a messenger angel. Gabriel's the messenger angel. There's another one of like the big three archangels. But Michael's the dog in him angel. Michael's the one who's, throwing hands in the name of the Lord. So we're putting him at point guard. We already know he knows Satan well. We already know he's defeated Satan, knows his ins and outs. So if I'm MereKat, I'm trembling in my boots with this pick. And my NBA comparison here is going to be Ricky Rubio, who just strikes me as a very wholesome guy.
I like that.
If you're an angel, you're very unselfish. You're distributing first and foremost. You're a playmaker. You're used to playing the second fiddle to Jesus Christ and God himself. So you're more of the you're not looking to be the star player. You're looking to play your role here, which the angels do very well in the Bible. So we got an angel at point guard, St. Michael.
Love that.
I like that.
Yeah. Sorry, Mir. I know you thought you had a home run with the devil, but I already got you beat.
It's a good counter. It's a good counter. Will one angel be enough, though? It took an army originally. We'll see. We'll see on the court.
Satan also had his army, mind you. He had his army
That's
of fallen angels. So
maybe we get him some reinforcements.
I don't know. We'll settle this one on the court, fella.
Well, we're brewing a rivalry here, but we got Fab up next with what, pick 6?
So do I get 2 here, right?
Yeah,
okay.
You got the front turn.
So I got Kraken at center. I might get burned here, but I'm fairly certain that all 5 of my picks won't be picked by you guys.
All right.
Fairly certain. We'll see how that goes. Like I said, I could get burned. I'm just going to go right up the roster. So I'm center. I'm going to go power forward here. I'm going to take the Draymond Green of Mascots here. I'm going back to the NHL, and I'm going with the San Jose Shark here at power forward. I mean, Shark kind of speaks for itself. Big, strong, quick. Like I said, Draymond, there's kind of utility. We're going to work really good, obviously, with the Kraken. Same theme, both in the water. I don't think anybody's going to get a single rebound. I think every single shot that's missed will belong to us. A lot of second chance points. I just can't see anybody banging down low with both a Kraken and San Jose Shark. So yeah.
Pause. But Fab, let me ask you this. Have you considered that basketball is a sport that is primarily played on land?
Yep.
Yeah. Just wait. Just wait.
I don't know if you have an underwater.
Let's finish the draft.
Wait.
Let's finish the draft.
Listen, if we're doing home court advantage here in this scenario, then Fab's got us all beat underwater. But I don't know.
Let's finish the draft.
From what I understand about ball, that it's played on the earth and on dry ground. So
Fair.
I don't know.
Yep.
We'll see.
We'll see what happens.
So you got another pick now, don't you?
Yeah.
Back to me. Yeah. So I was between 2 here. I think I'm going to dip into the NFL a little bit at small forward here. And I'm going to go with the Buccaneers. I was thinking about Pirates, but I think with Pirates, you're only getting the pirate. With the Buccaneers, you're getting the ship, which is huge here. I think the Buccaneers at the 3 here is really going to stretch the floor. I'm thinking like Mikal Bridges type. Really good defender. He can get you a bucket if you need him to. Just really versatile. I think the Buccaneer can do a lot. And like I said, you got the ship, which is just absolute game changer. Yeah. And Buccaneers, plural, I'm getting the whole crew, you know what I'm saying, on the ship. So there's really a lot we can do there. And like I said, the ship's going to crash the boards just as hard as the Shark and the Kraken. There's just no rebounds to be had against this team. So I'm loving that pick. I'm going to go with the Buccaneers.
That's a good draft strategy there. You're getting a whole crew of Buccaneers. You're getting that ship. We know that cannon works.
Mm-hmm. That's right. We know it works. I'm thrilled with that pick.
Are Buccaneers and Kraken not natural enemies? Was the Kraken not the one to kill Captain Jack Sparrow?
Oh, wait a minute.
Will there be some infighting?
Another locker room chemistry nightmare for Fab on the works.
Time out. Wait.
First we had both Bin Laden, Obama, and Trump in the same locker room. Now we have a sailor of the 7 seas with the enemy of the 7 seas. What do we do there?
So, listen, I'm pulling up the Buccaneers logo just to be sure. Yep. So it's a skeleton. It's a skeleton crew. Remind me who summons the Kraken? Who summons the Kraken? Davy Jones.
Got us.
Davy Jones and his skeleton crew. Who summons the Kraken?
Oh my God, this guy leaves One thing about Fab, this guy leaves no stone unturned with his draft prep.
God.
I cannot.
Right.
We thought we had a gotcha moment, and the gotcha was Uno reverse right back to us.
That's right.
I didn't know we were getting Kevin Costner and draft day out of Fab right now. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm dialed right now.
Rick's back.
Okay,
you
I'm
got
back.
a counter?
What?
You got a counter?
This one isn't a counter. This one really, really like strategy or playing into your picks at all. This is just one I would be physically. This is a reach, and I don't even think you guys would draft him, but I would be physically sick to my stomach if I let this guy slide past me. It's the best mascot in all professional sports. It's Benny the Bull.
I knew.
There's no way I can let Benny the Bull not be on Rick's squad here. Been to so many Bulls games. Benny the Bull, always bringing the energy. He's a spark plug. He's a high energy guy. I'm sliding him in at 2 guard. He's an explosive scoring threat. This guy's a gymnast. This guy's a shooter. Benny the Bull can do everything. I don't know how familiar you guys are with Benny, but there's a reason he has so much hype. There's a reason he's in the argument for best mascot in sports. Having Benny is just like such a cool thing as a Bulls fan. He was like one of the first mascots too around in the 60s, so he's got like that veteran presence. He was actually like the first mascot, I think, in sports to like be on the sidelines and like be interacting with the crowd. So this is a veteran guy with a chip on his shoulder.
All time.
Yeah, this is maybe was he on your guys' draft boards?
Yeah,
I considered Benny because I wanted Billy Buffalo. They're similar, you know.
Yeah.
When you get a humanoid, bull type animal, where it can use its limbs, but also has the characteristics of a bull or buffalo. That's just a presence on the court. Good pick.
That's a good pick. Yeah, I had him on my board.
Yeah, I just wouldn't be. My favorite shirt. I'm repping the Bulls right now. I would not live with myself if Benny the Bull was on one of your 2 teams. So taking him in the 3rd round, not losing sleep over it whatsoever.
I like it.
In terms of, I had an NBA comp queued up. Let me
Wait, what position did you have him at?
I'm sliding him right in at the 2 guard.
Okay.
He strikes me as kind of a Tracy McGrady type, just an explosive offensive threat, but while his floor is 20 points, he can give you 50 on any given night. He's bringing it night in, night out, and just an all-time talent.
Mm-hmm. I like that. That's a good pick.
All right, I'm back up.
Back to Mere, yep. So you got 2?
I got 2 again, yeah. All right, so I was worried about this guy slipping. I'm glad I let him wait because he's sitting right here for me. We are drafting a Viking, the Minnesota Vikings, at the power forward.
I had him.
We got to throw the Viking on the team there to pair with the Titan. Just an absolute presence there in the paint coming out of my squad right now. This guy's a badass. I mean, he rides the motorcycle onto the field before. This is before he demanded $20K from the Vikings and got fired. Vikings, they're just badass. They only played full contact physical sports back in the day. I looked that up. Just an absolute force in the paint. And I'm going to workshop off of this one too. Oh, wait, and I'm back up.
All right, let me tell you, pal, your chance to workshop is coming up right now. Let's hear your next pick.
All right. So I originally said we should just go normal mascots. Let's keep it by the book. Rick said people might not know some of these mascots. Let's just do like whatever. We discussed it, went back and forth. We said let it be whatever. I'm going to take this off the rails. I wanted order originally. We don't have order. There is going to be no order. We are not drafting a person to be playing on the team. We are drafting the Detroit Red Wings to give my Viking wings so he can fly.
Fuck.
We are drafting a boost to the Viking. We are forfeiting a player spot to boost the Viking and give him the ability of flight with the Detroit Red Wings.
God damn it.
Okay. Yeah, I love that pick. I don't. Well, is this a guy? Is this like just like what's the situation here? Is this kind of like they just put one on the shoulders? Like, is the Red Wing its own separate player, or is it?
No. It's like kicking and screaming when you have the big kid with the little kid, and they combine into one super player. That's what we're getting. Yeah. We're going to be down a man. We're going to be down a man on the court, but one man is going to be worth. So
you're going 4-on-5, but you're expecting to have just the best player on the floor.
Exactly. But we might not even be going 4-on-5, but we'll find out about that later.
Okay. Yeah,
Rick's back up.
As I'm back, I'm glad MereKat was the one to take us off the rails because I was also going to go with a very abstract, up for interpretation pick here. This is actually going to be my first round pick, and I can't believe it slid to me in the 4th here. We're going with the Phoenix Suns, not the gorilla mascot. No, how the fuck are you going to guard the literal sun?
How's it still here?
You're not tougher than the fucking sun. What are you gonna do? Not to mention it's a direct foil to Fab and his fucking amphibious aquatic roster. They're gonna burn out literally and figuratively. They're gonna burn out. Yeah, we're gonna throw the sun at the stretch 4, and like, what the fuck are you gonna do about it? It's the sun. It's literally the sun.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
that's a great pick. I don't know how it lasted, honestly. I took it off my board when we were like going to go literal, like mascots. I'm like, oh no, I don't want that stupid guy in the suit.
My initial plan was to just go all like natural disasters and like forces of nature. Like I was gonna go the Suns first round and the Hurricanes second round and be like, what are you gonna do? It's fucking the Sun and a hurricane. But I'm filling out a well-rounded roster and I'm feeling very confident in it. So yeah, we got Benny the Bull. We got Benny the Bull at the 2. The Angel, St. Michael at the 1. We got the literal sun as a stretch 4, and we got Gritty at the 5. I love my roster so far. Fab, take it away.
So I'm going to finish off my roster here, right? I got 2 picks.
Yes, sir.
So I'm going to, like I said, write up my roster. I'm going to move to the shooting guard. And I actually just had I'm going to take a guy that wasn't even on my board until literally 30 seconds ago. Oh, sure. So for my shooting guard, what I originally was going to do was to go with the Dolphins, the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins, one of the smartest animals out there. But I kind of thought to myself, a dolphin's kind of soft, those candy-ass colors.
An aquatic mammal, so you'd be a very one-dimensional offense.
Fair, but just wait till you see me finish my draft after the next pick. But the kind of an upgraded version of the dolphin, something in the dolphin family, also one of the smartest animals out there, is the killer whale. So I will be taking the Vancouver Canuck as my shooting guard. I'm thinking CJ McCollum.
What is a Canuck? I don't even know what a Canuck is.
Killer whale.
Well, their symbol is the killer whale. The Canuck is a slang for a Canadian, I believe.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Their mascot is the
kind of like an Indiana Hoosier scenario where a Hoosier is just a person from Indiana, but it's also
you goddamn Canucks.
Okay,
that's my Canadian.
Yeah. So the Canucks mascot, his name is Finn the Whale. He's a killer whale. He's going to be my shooting guard. Like I said, CJ McCollum, just lights out. A little bit undersized, I'd say. But like I said, like with the Kraken out there, I could trot the Kraken out by himself, and I think I could hold my own in probably most games just with the Kraken. So putting a lights out shooter like Finn the Whale, like I said, smart as hell, just a guy like you really want in your locker room. So he's going to be my shooting guard. Let me put that down. And
rest in peace, Tillicum.
Rest in peace, Tillicum. Always fuck SeaWorld as well. So Finn the Whale. And I recall some questions about basketball being played on land.
No.
And the thing about a point guard, which is my only position left, is a point guard really just pulls the team together, makes the team go, is what a point guard does, which is why I will be drafting a body of water in the Los Angeles Laker.
Yep.
So I will be drafting a literal
I brought this
lake.
up. I knew this was going to happen. I brought this up in the chat.
I will be drafting a literal lake that will make my team go.
I didn't even see it coming. And I brought it. Oh, my God.
Hold on. Are we sure a Kraken is a freshwater fish? And a whale certainly is not a freshwater fish.
We can't be sure it's not. There's saltwater lakes.
I think there's actually very scientific proof of what a saltwater and freshwater fish is.
It's a brash lake, half and half.
Okay.
Offensive sides, freshwater. Defense.
If only the Lakers were in Utah, then you could get the Salt Lake. But
I'm not too worried.
We're freshwater.
I'm fairly certain my roster is capable of adapting to the body of water that we put them in. Like I said, this team's gonna go as the lake goes, obviously. So I think that really just pulls us all together here, and I think this is the best starting 5 I think anybody's ever seen. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I love that pick, Fab. Point guard pulls the whole team together. It's just the environment for the team to play in.
Yeah, it's just perfect.
So my pick, listen, I am open to this pick being vetoed. This is not a current team's name. This is a team that changed its name. I don't believe the name is currently employed.
No, I'm not going to veto it, but you can. I know what you're doing.
Do you?
I think.
Oh, I think I know what it's going to be too.
Send it. Both of you send in the private chat right now what you think it's going to be. And I'm also just looking at the private chat. I have a Dame video to play. Just kidding, it won't load.
Yeah, we were talking about.
And then Fab, I'm gonna pee in a sec.
And then he told us he was gonna pee.
Okay, no, both of you are off here. So MereKat went with the team enhancement with the Red Wings. He gave his guy wings. Fab went with the team enhancement. He gave his team a body of water to play in. I am gonna go with the Washington Bullets, and I'm gonna give my entire roster guns.
I like that.
Going back to the Isaiah Thomas with the gun debate. I have the sun, and I also have guys literally shooting at you as you try to score. What the fuck are you going to do? I don't think a Kraken is bulletproof. I don't think a whale is bulletproof. Maybe bullet resistant, but certainly not bulletproof. And any of your mascots, they are just generally fucked. So, yeah, I'm going with the Bullets. We're going to let the Yappa spray on the court. It's gonna be like fucking Fallujah No 4. It's gonna be a firefight on the floor. Literally, bullets are going to be flying. Not in the metaphorical sense at all. People are going to die when they step on the floor with me. We're sliding the Bullets in at the 3, but the NBA comp here is Gilbert Arenas. Obviously, guy brought a gun into the locker room and also played out in Washington. So, yeah,
that's perfect.
I'm giving my whole team Bullets. Fuck with me.
I thought you were going to go with the Whalers to just counter everything on my team.
I wish I would have thought of that, honestly. That'd be a good one. Who was the Whalers?
That's the Hurricanes now, isn't it? The Hurricanes used to be the Whalers, I think. I might be wrong.
Potentially problematic.
Like that, maybe.
Understandable why they changed the name with the whole fishing industry and overfishing going as the way it is.
Yeah.
MereKat guessed the Cleveland I-words. We're not allowed to say that anymore, but I'm not sure where that shot in the dark came from, Mir, but not where we were going.
Oops.
All right, MereKat, finish this off.
All right, I switched up my pick here. You guys forced my hand. You both had incredible last picks. I think this might be my best pick for last. We are going to continue to enhance the fuck out of my flying Viking. This is going right to the Viking. We are drafting the ability of magic, thanks to the city of Orlando.
Oh, shit.
I was going to say, I was going to say, I don't think wings are bulletproof, but magic, absolutely. There's a spell you can cast that would fuck with me.
I now possess a flying magical Viking. The power of magic is limitless. I'm just gonna leave it at that. The power. We're running 3 men on the court, but we have a Titan who has the ability to be bigger than a planet. We have Satan, or some know him as Lucifer or Beelzebub, and we also have a flying magical Viking. So we're running 3 men. I don't care.
So what's the comp? What's the comp for this souped up Viking? It's got to be LeBron.
It's Giannis, LeBron.
Yeah,
Giannis.
It's like imagine if LeBron could fly and cast spells.
There we go. If LeBron crazy. Was in the movie Harry Potter.
That's a good one. The souped up Viking. That's really good.
If really LeBron good. Was in Harry Potter, he'd be like Peter Pettigrew or some shit. He would not be. He would not be a major player at Hogwarts, I feel like.
No.
That's a good draft, boys.
That was a great segment. That was the hardest I've laughed while shooting Rick and Fab no ball. Great stuff from the fellas there. But so let's all run through our starting fives real quick and kind of who do we think came out the best. So Fab's got a bunch of aquatic animals in the body of water. Let's hear it.
So we'll start with point guard, the lake, obviously, which is going to make the team go. Shooting guard, Finn the whale, my killer whale. Small forward, Buccaneers, which obviously includes my skeleton crew and the ship. I got my power forward, San Jose Sharks. This goes without saying. Just great pick. And then obviously the 1 of 1 Seattle Kraken. I mean,
okay. I already feel like Fab came out on top here. That's just a 10 out of 10 execution of a bit, drafting a bunch of guys dependent on aquatics and then rounding it out with the Lakers.
Well, if somebody caught on and picked the Lakers, I was fucked. I was literally fucked.
So that's hilarious.
Yeah, that's my team.
Yeah, I already don't know if I can compete with Fab. Yeah. So I got an angel at the 1. That was mostly just a foil to MereKat's literal Satan that he drafted. Benny the Bull at the 2. That's just my guy. We got the Bullets at the 3, just giving everyone guns, letting them fly. We got literally the Sun at the 4. Now that Fab's got a literal lake to provide shelter, I don't know. And
you could dry up the lake.
We got Gritty at the 5. So
if the sun's strong enough, then all the water will evaporate, I guess. So that could be a matchup nightmare for me.
People forget about the water cycle. So evaporation is a thing, especially in fresh water. So
I should have took the Hurricanes, so then you could evaporate my water, and then I could rain it back down. That's my 6th man. Is the Hurricane?
Hurricane's 6th man of the year.
Oh, you got them all pulled up here.
We got I was just being quiet because I realized I had the last pick punched in as pick 12, and I had like 4 labeled as pick 8. So I was recounting back through my brain. I think I got it right. But, I mean, guys, we're running 3 men here. The Devil, Super Viking, Titan. I can't wait to make this graphic.
The way that you wrote these out is cracking me up. Just ability of magic, parentheses, Orlando.
Yeah.
Wings for my
Saint
Viking,
Michael the Archangel.
Detroit.
Saint Michael the Archangel, LAA.
What did you guys have? Anybody right on the brink that didn't get picked? I had a couple of really good ones that I just didn't fit my narrative. I don't know if you want me. I'll rattle them off.
Yeah.
I had the Golden Knight, Vegas Golden Knight. I thought would be a really good one at power forward. The Islanders mascot is a dragon, which is kind of sick. I was going to take him. Lucky Leprechaun, the Celtics mascot. I thought he would be a good point guard. And then the Toronto Raptor, I thought would be a good one too.
I thought about Raptor I had up there. I'm now regretting not taking the Islanders alternate logo of the Larry Fisherman or whatever. A man in a yellow rain jacket with a large spear. And his name is Fisherman, so that would have been a good counter to you. But I had also the Arizona Diamondback. I think releasing a rattlesnake with a 30% mortality rate onto the court would be beneficial if it was on your team. A couple other boosts I had were the Tampa Bay Lightning, kind of like Zeus, you get lightning, and the Buffalo Sabres. They are literally 2 swords.
That's a good one.
I was going to go Sabres and give the Vikings swords until you guys went with your last 2 picks. I'm like, all right, fuck it. We're going Magic. We got to step it up.
Yeah. Like I said, I didn't do a whole ton of prep for this one. I didn't have too many stubs. I was kind of just firing off the dome for the whole draft, and I think it showed. But my original plan was to just go an all natural elements draft. So Hurricanes, Lightning, Suns. That was my original plan. Kind of deviated away from that. Got to have some, tangible players with arms and legs, I think, to succeed in basketball. Another one I was going to go with was the Utah Jazz. I just think having some upscale music would be great for team morale. But
I like that actually.
I thought about Jazz, and I also thought about the Blues. You can depress the other team not wanting to perform on the court with the Blues.
I didn't even think about that. It's a good one. Another one I had is the Rockets. If you're just raining artillery onto the floor, I think that's very, very helpful.
It's a tough out.
Yeah. That was really good.
Yeah, that was a great draft. I hope the listeners enjoy that because that was the hardest I've lapped in a minute.
That was fun.
All right. I think that's it for Rick and Fab No Ball episode 8. Any closing thoughts, fellas?
No, I mean we went 2 hours. We were not expecting to go 2.
We were texting in the group chat like
maybe an hour.
We could just bang out a short hour episode. The short episodes are good, and we ended up fucking banging out 2 hours,
which is fun.
Yeah. Any chance I get to shoot the shit and talk ball with the fellas, I'm all ears. I'm all in for that. So yeah. great work from all three of us tonight. MereKat, I mean, unbelievable stuff. Fab with just an incredible draft strategy, and the preparation really showed itself. I think this is our best episode yet. This is great, fellas.
By far.
I agree.
Yeah.
We got a kind of a schedule nailed down too. We'll be recording Wednesday night, right?
Monday, Wednesday, and dropping Tuesday, Thursday morning on all streaming platforms. So I know probably most, if not all, of our listeners are AWLs. So catch you right in between those Pardon My Take drops. Hoping to stick to this schedule going forward. Maybe shift it a bit when the NBA season actually kicks off and we have a bit more to talk about. But yeah, we're going to be producing regular content. We're going to be coming at you guys live. I got to do a better job with the social and clipping that. I'm definitely going to start that with this episode. That's mostly been me. That's been
clips though.
Yeah, I mean we already asked MereKat to do enough, so I think maybe me and Fab need to start pulling our weight in that aspect. But 100%. Yeah, no stopping on this train. We love you guys. Cannot appreciate you guys more. Everybody who stuck around for all 2 hours, cannot outpour our gratitude enough to you guys. We love doing this. We love you guys. We love all the mailbag questions, just shooting the shit with the fellas. You guys are as much a part of Rick and Fab No Ball as us three are. So
1000%,
couldn't happen without you guys. We love you guys. Anything else, fellas?
I don't get it. This was a great episode.
Yeah, let's wrap it. Great show.
Love
you guys. I'm gonna click end
love y'all.
Now. Wait, Mir, I forgot to record.
No.
I checked. Don't you fucking do that. Don't you do that.
Fab actually
holy
his
shit.
Heart dropped for a second.
Fab's
Can you imagine?
Yo.
I was making sure. Don't worry.
God damn.
Yeah, I'm gonna go rip Better Call Saul. Actually, I think I'll play some video games with the fellas before Better Call Saul tonight. But yeah, great episode. Thank you to the listeners. Thank you to everyone. Thank you to God. Thank you to Jesus. Thank you. Love you guys. We'll see you for episode 9 coming out Thursday morning.
Yes, sir.
Hey, it's Rick and Fab. Huh? It's Rick and Fab. What? It's Rick and Fab. It's Rick and Fab breaking balls. Takes me up the walls. Talking all that shit that make you wanna get involved. They no ball. Rick and Fab no ball. Look, when you wanna talk ball, tell me who you call. I know it's Rick and Fab got it all, they no ball. Look, Rick and Fab no ball. Yeah.